Yeah.
I wonder if we could sample din, 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 din. Would they like kick us off live for that?
Nah, man,
They
we need something original, man. Sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. Ooh, yeah, we spicy nachos tonight, baby. Let's go.
LL Frio, you know some producers. LL Frio.
Nah, I'm being real. That bucket hat right there.
It's nasty.
That's like
it's nice.
I ain't gonna
I like
lie.
that.
What's the that's a Sicario bucket hat right there, bro. That's like the Mexican cartel joint, bro.
Yeah. Go and sip your Colombian coffee.
See, yeah.
Go ahead, sip your Colombian coffee.
We gonna talk after the live. You might got them things for the low.
I don't know what he's talking about. My name is Fabian Perspective, live and direct for Sportsmen every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff that they say. Get in the comments. You can ask me if I got the connect ready for you if you're not, but you got to DM me privately for all that. For Sportsmen to my left, Dom Dropper. All right, to my bottom left, it's all ball and
you already know.
I'm here, y'all. Let's get it.
Yes.
Are we live?
We live.
We all live.
What were we just talking about? We were just talking about this boss man. Shout out the big boss man.
Miss you, boss man. Boss man in the building. Yes.
Miss you as well, man. We were getting into a lot of spicy comments, all the podcasts, starting a lot of commentary about the NBA, about the NBA season.
Tuesday.
Yeah, man.
Sir.
Yeah, man. So it's this Tuesday. We're starting off the NBA season 23-24 season, but we want to get into our preview.
Yes.
I don't know which one of you guys want to kick it off. I don't know who sounds the most enthusiastic. I know Dom is the most prepared out here because he got the crazy focus face. Like he's on 20 Adderalls. I don't know who wants to start this off. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to be the best team on either side of the conference? Top teams in the NBA. Who we got?
Well, which conference we doing first? We doing West or East?
Flip a coin. Let's start with the East Coast. Best coast.
Okay.
Dom, don't allow this man to accuse you of being an addict. That's disgusting.
Nah, I don't do Addy. But anyway,
Dom focused for the night. He really want to talk about this. Let's go, Dom. I want to hear what you got to say tonight. Yeah.
East Coast. I'm gonna go with the first seed. I'm gonna go with Boston.
Okay.
And the second seed, I'm gonna go with Milwaukee. I don't think that's any shocker there. I'm assuming you guys have the same two teams, maybe in a slightly different order or the same order.
Okay.
I have the same. I actually have the Boston 1 and I have Bucks 2 as well.
I got Boston 1, Milwaukee 2 as well. What you got, Fabe?
Don't change your answer to go against the grain now. What did you have before we got on air?
Before we got on here, my team, just like the number 1 player in the league, the New York Knicks are number 1, the Bucks are number 2, and I got the Celtics number 3.
Though, man. This is the real show.
Let him be.
He said,
you know what? I'm not gonna push back because we're gonna do a fake argument for 20 minutes. I'd rather
let him be.
There is no fake argument. You know, fake about me. Watch your mouth. You see the hat, Dom. Who's your third best team in the Eastern Conference, Dom?
So you're not even gonna give it your top 2. Everybody else gave it a top 2, and you're not gonna give it.
I did. I said
New York and Milwaukee.
Okay.
No, he said New York and Boston.
New York and Boston.
No, New York's number 1. The Bucks are number 2, and Boston's number 3.
Okay, so you got your third. What you got at the third seed, Dom?
Number 3, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Same here.
Really? Okay.
I have Cleveland at 3.
So you don't think I'm right? I don't know if you can see. Look, I have Cleveland number 3.
Hey, and I got the Knicks 4th as well. I got you guys with home court this year in the first round.
Flea, who you got number 3?
It's like all
I have Cleveland at 3, and I have the Knicks at 4.
Wow, come on, we got the same 4, the exact same one. 1 through 4.
In all sincerity, I have the Knicks 3rd. I think they're gonna like that confidence boost that they're gonna have from the playoffs. I think is gonna, and I like their rotation. Nobody's talking about that, man.
I think we have a really, really good core. You bringing back the same team, but added like small things, right? Like we're gonna be fine.
But also a lot of sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Also, we got a couple players on the Knicks that's motivated.
Yes.
Mitchell Robinson is motivated.
Yes.
What's my guy that can shoot that he hardly gets any burn?
Who? Quentin Grimes?
No, not Grimes. Remember, he don't even get on the court.
McBride?
No, he came from Boston. Fournier. Listen, he's motivated. Remember, you need shooting. I don't care what nobody say. Then you got guys like Quickly, Grimes, Hart. Remember, they all fighting for that maybe 3rd star spot.
We get a full season of Josh Hart.
Yeah,
season of Josh Hart.
Yeah.
We get some championship pedigree from Dante DiVincenzo. I like
we
the
solid.
subtle. Yeah, I think we did subtle moves. We didn't do anything drastic.
You didn't. You're relying on a lot of like development stuff, but I don't think you guys made any big enough move that you're gonna make it past the second round unless there's an injury of some sort for another team. That's my opinion, though. I think your ceiling with Randall as your second best player and Brunson as your best is gonna be a second round. Unless RJ Barrett takes the leap we've been asking him to take for 3 years.
But wait, Dom, let's kind of all right. I'm gonna be realistic. If Randall wasn't hurt in that second round, we had a legit chance to beat Miami. I totally agree. That was legit. Whether someone
did Randall play in every game?
No, he did not play in every game in the second round.
I'm just I don't remember off the top of my head.
No, he did not play in every game, and he was legit hurt. He got hurt in the previous series. It's not like he got hurt in the series. Right. He was already he was already limping in the series, and so
what about you go ahead.
No, I was just saying for us to be able to win 2 games, extend the series 6 games. I think if we got a guy that is extremely, fully healthy, the series looks different. I'm not saying we win. I'm saying, the outcome of the series might look different. Might go 7. Who knows?
No, you're absolutely right about that. Would you say?
And then a game 7 in the Garden too. I didn't want to cut you off, Dom, but then we have a game 7 in the Garden. So
right. So so that's all I was saying, Dom. I'm not, like I said, whichever way anybody wants to go, I'm not upset. But I'm just saying, with our team being fully healthy, we literally had a legit chance to make it to the Eastern Conference. So for people to still say that we only would make it to the second round, depending on, like I said, there's only 2 teams I fear right now, Boston and Milwaukee. If we ducking them in the second round, we have an opportunity to beat any of those other teams in the second round. Just my opinion. I don't want to stay on the Knicks thing because we'll go here till Lamar. But sorry. Let's go. Fifth seed.
Okay.
What are you gonna go ahead, Fabian?
No, I was just gonna say that the 9-man rotation is overlooked. Like they have 9 legit guys who can play in that rotation on the Knicks, and I don't want to spend too much time on that, but that's too many guards you can play, and they're not stars. They're unselfish. Brunson taking that deal, I'm telling you, leads the way. Because now Randall can't ask for the max deal like that and force his way. He will look crazy because Brunson's really better than you if we're gonna keep it 1,000. So we got
Brunson on a discount right now. That deal is real friendly after all this money that all these other guys is getting. We literally giving our best player $105 million right now. The best player on somebody else's, the second best player on somebody else's team, Jaylen Brown getting $300 million. You know what I'm saying? So, Julius can't jump out the window. He can. He's gonna be worth it. But I'm saying there is gonna be a pecking order soon, and so we need to take a look at that. I like that. So at 5, who you got, Dom?
At 5, I'm going with Miami. I know they're not a great regular season team and whatnot, but I think they'll have a slightly better regular season than last year just because they just made it to the finals, and I think they're still going to be very good. So we get Miami 5th.
I got the 76ers at 5. They got the former MVP. I think whether James Harden plays or not, if he plays, they still solid. If they trade for him, like I said, I still think they're a good team. Depending on what Tobias Harris, if he could step up a little bit. But like I said, when you got an MVP on your team and you got arguably the first, second, or third best big man in the league, I'm going with the 76ers at number 5.
Even without you know who?
Who? Harden?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Harden's going to get replaced. It ain't like they're just going to lose Harden for nothing. So they're going to probably trade.
They might be without him for nothing for a little bit.
Well, that to me, that not trying to be funny, they might be better without Harden.
No, I don't think that's a crazy take because Maxi's really, really good.
Yeah. Let me jump. Go ahead, Fabian. I see you got something. Go ahead, bro.
No, the Oubre signing is major.
This is what I was
that Bev off the bench too.
This is where I was going. See, let me jump in right here, fellas. I got the same exact list so far as OG, right? I got Boston 1, Milwaukee 2, Cleveland 3, the Knicks 4, and Philly 5, right? Yeah, they might be without Harden, right? But the addition of Pat Beverly, the addition of Kelly Oubre, I think Tyrese Maxey is going to make a huge leap. I have him as my leading candidate for most improved player of the year this year. Like, I think he's going to take a huge leap this year and really help lead that ball club. And then you got the MVP coming back. I'm sure he's going to be motivated for people, to let people know that wasn't a fluke, because everybody is saying like, yo,
right,
Joker could have got 3 in a row easily. Like, he could have easily won it last year too. So, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of those guys are going to be motivated. And Nick Nurse is a hell of a coach.
Yeah,
I want to say
no Glenn Rivers, man. That automatically
better
gives him a
coaching.
better chance.
Nick Nurse is a hell of a coach.
Yes.
I think that's super, super underrated in terms of going into the season. Not enough people are talking about they got a new leader over there in Philly that's on the bench that's really not about having a name. Like,
hold on. They got Pat Bev and PJ Tucker over there.
And Kelly Oubre.
No, I know, but I'm saying as far as leaders, defensive, holding guys, accountable.
Pieces, all ball. Just a bunch of pieces over there. So if they put it together and are not distracted, a big thing about Doc Rivers is Doc Rivers knew he had a name too, right? He knew he had a name that went with what he was as a coach, right? He loses his job. What does he get? A job in TV as soon as he loses his job. So he knows he has a name to this shit. Nick Nurse ain't worried about having no name. Nick Nurse goes in there and brings his lunch pail and just works. You know what I'm saying? It just coaches. So I agree with you. I got Philly at 5. Who you got at 5, Fabian?
I had Philly. I had Bucks, Celtics, Knicks, and I had Philly at 4.
Okay.
And then I put the Cavs at 5.
Okay.
I think that Donovan Mitchell thing is lingering, and it's he forced his way out of Utah also. Like, we're forgetting about a bunch of this stuff, right? He wants to come to New York. I don't necessarily want that guy in New York. No disrespect. I don't need the pairing with him and Brunson, right? But sticking to the topic, if he's in Cleveland, that's lingering, and that's your star guy. I think they don't go. Shout out to Ricky G. And I forgot the other coach from LA, Dom. They were the ones who told me you can't win with a 2-guard lineup that small. You just can't. And they're right. You got to make a choice between.
Yeah, win it all, sure. But he might make you better.
Well, you also need a bigger body to supplant. Jarrett Allen is not tough. We saw what happens. He struggles against Joel Embiid also to get rebounds. I was disgusted when I was both to get 10 rebounds a game against Joel Embiid, and he couldn't do it. A lot of times he struggles. I think it was 12 rebounds. So Mobley, he has to take a leap, obviously, but more than anything else, Donovan Mitchell had a horrible playoffs. That's not talked about.
2 years in a row, he wasn't that good in the playoffs, to be honest. After starting his career really well in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
against who, Dom? Against who?
The Thunder.
Against Jalen Brunson, back to
I
back.
thought you meant.
But Fabian, but hold on. But what we got to remember, y'all, all y'all make great points. Remember, this is the regular season, and let's not forget, Donovan Mitchell always. In the regular season, they have great seasons, and they get to the playoffs.
50 wins,
plus wins
50
all the
plus
time.
win seasons. Every the first 5 years in Utah, that team was 50 plus wins and in the playoffs every year. So
right,
I mean,
if we talking regular season, the guy always has a great regular season. I'm sorry.
And he had a great year last year. He had a career year. He might have had his best season as a pro last season. So
he underrated. But the Cavs are not used to dealing with this. With the guy wants out, they haven't had. Well, they're not used to dealing with it since LeBron and this guy. Kobe Altman
not used to dealing with it.
I mean,
they had the king of asking out.
Right, but Jared.
Did Mitchell say he wanted out though? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but until you hear him say that.
But he's not committed though either. Too.
No,
he's not committed.
I understand, but I don't think it's a distraction as much as a LeBron or a Kyrie. Like that. That's not even close.
Yeah, I would have told you he's their best player. He's their best player.
Is he really not going to be? He's going to ask for a trade this season? Like, is that really going to happen?
Hold on. The number one thing that I've ever heard. Shout out to JP from LA. He's always on Twitter. He's a funny dude. But the best point he ever made about LeBron is that you cannot take for granted and overlook the fact that he's your best player. He's the best player in the league. And everywhere he went, Cleveland, Miami, LA, you as a teammate always felt like, yo, it's a huge distraction when he's saying I'm out. End of the season, I'm out.
Remember, it's speculation every year because he's going to be a free agent. He never asked for a trade. I wanted to rephrase what I said about him. He's not the king of asking out. He's the king of you never know if he's going to leave or not.
Okay, well, Donovan Mitchell hasn't asked out, but that thing is lingering. He's your best player, and that uncertainty can lead to a lot. Because what if they have Garland and trade rumors now? before you, and they start like these things can happen now. You're not the best team, and you have potential to be the best team in the East. Part of that is you being the best you can be, and I think it's distracting.
Mobley and Garland would have to take huge leaps for me to say that they're on the level of Boston and Milwaukee.
Right? But and is that out of the realm? That's not plausible.
I think the league this year won't be ready.
That's very, very plausible. We act like Darius Garland hasn't been an all-star already, like one of the better players.
I consider him an all-star already.
Yeah, like he's been one of the better players. I think I totally agree with Fabian. If they want to look extremely different, Mobley has to take that next
offensively.
lead. Yeah,
defensively is really good.
Yeah, defensively he's already all world, but on the offensive end, he has to command a lot more attention than he does right now. So so you got Cleveland at 5.
But right. I want to say one thing about Cleveland, though. 2 underrated pickups for them, even though you might not think they're much. But what the Knicks exposed last year is that they got 3 guys that can't consistently hit a shot from outside the paint last year in their starting lineup. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro. You guys were giving the corner 3 up all day, and they were bricking everything. Now they picked up George Niang, who I think is a decent role player. He had a pretty good season with Philly last year.
Yeah.
There was one other one they picked up.
From Miami, they picked up Khalid, right?
Strus, exactly.
Strus,
and we know he's a serviceable role player that can make
that was tough.
3. So those 2 additions over, because Okoro is a good defender, but the problem is offensively lacks stuff. And then Jetty Osman, now he went to forget what team he's San Antonio. So they got an upgrade there. So I think I feel comfortable with my pick that they'll be the 3 seed. But am I guessing that Miami's the 6 seed for you guys?
I don't like you name dropping George Niang. He has the worst body in the NBA.
He does.
Hold on. I'm not
he looks
lie.
He looks like
he
looks like he spills out of his jersey.
How is that possible?
He looks like he sleeps in a bowl. He looks. Oh my god!
That's crazy.
I
ain't gonna lie. He looked like Patrick Starr in that jersey. I'm like, yeah, what is this, man? Like they joking?
Like, come on, man. Like, come on.
You guys got Miami.
He can shoot though. Like he can shoot.
Yeah. No, I don't have. I have Brooklyn 6.
Wow, the Nets better than the Heat.
I have Brooklyn 6, and I.
So do I. So do I.
I have a quick explanation. Yeah, what up, Fleece? Talk to me.
We didn't even talk beforehand. We did none of this because I got Brooklyn at 6 too.
I'm shocked.
No, because I looked at what they're gonna roll out this year, as in terms of their starting 5 and what they got on the bench, and then I've been looking at them during the preseason, just looking at what they look like, how they putting it together. Ben looks good. I'm gonna call it what I'm saying. Ben looks good.
I've only seen highlights, and he does look more confident than he has since the layup.
Don, he looks good. With him, Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, Nicky Claxton, and then who's the other?
Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah.
This team is going to be an amazing defensive team. Amazing. I just don't know how much they can score.
I don't know how much they're going to score but I do know that I feel like Bridges is going to take another step. Like I told y'all, him averaging that 26 a game in those 25 or 26 games he played with the Nets, I think he can parlay that into something like 20 a night. But
I think he'll average more than 20 a night. Like,
see that
23, 24 a night.
Cool.
Besides him, who's going to be giving them consistent buckets? That makes the case for me. Cam Thomas should get more minutes because he's a bucket.
No, he's just a bucket. You just put him in the game and go score.
But outside of Mikal Bridges,
I have insight on that. I'll let y'all know off the live. Cam, man, a lot of problems, man. That's why he ain't getting no burn.
His attitude is a little shaky. Yeah, it's a little shaky. It's a little shaky.
Yeah. But Dom, I'm sorry. The reason why I picked Brooklyn is because I put them over Miami is because Miami doesn't care about the regular season. So
that's fair.
Yeah. So that's why, just like why I got Cleveland 3rd is for some reason certain teams is great regular season teams. Like Cleveland's going to stack up wins. Just like I think Brooklyn, a lot of motivation. Them guys are then. I'm gonna just say this. If you think Ben Simmons will see these guys getting $200-300 million, and
he love his money too.
Hey,
he love his money.
Free, let me get in the camera. If y'all don't think Ben Simmons don't see these guys getting $200-300, and don't say to himself, I could get 200. Because listen, we've seen a lot of former players. They starting to talk up for Ben, And they saying Ben is tough like that. They said his game. So, but yeah, I got Brooklyn 6. Dom, who you got number 6?
Philly.
But just to stay there real quick. Ben Simmons is a free agent at the end of 2025.
Okay.
So he's gearing up for a contract year too. So
gearing up for a contract year, but why can't he renegotiate? Especially if he shows out like this.
Why would they offer him an extension?
You know what he needs
to himself.
Hey, now watch this. Can I say
there's
this?
no option right at the end of this year? My fault.
No,
there's no option.
He's an unrestricted free agent. There's no option. I didn't see one.
Okay.
Now you want to hear how this can go crazy? You have a breakout year, and you get your ass over there to Golden State.
Replacing Draymond?
Listen, I don't care whether Draymond's there or not. Listen what I'm saying.
No, you replace them. You replace him.
Right. No, you replace him. No,
Yeah.
But I'm saying even if Draymond is still there, I'm just saying if that kid that's 6'10", and I said this before he went to Brooklyn, I could try to find it. Clay and Steph, he will put 3 more years on their careers. I'm telling you.
We need to see Ben Simmons actually have a good season and look like.
I agree with Dime, but what you're saying too is not far-fetched. Like if he's put it like this, the 4-time All-Star that he was in Philly, right? If he's any of that,
I'm telling you,
in Golden State,
I'm telling you,
where now you are younger than Draymond, bigger than Draymond,
more athletic,
and can guard just as well as Draymond. Not maybe even better. Like let's call it what let's really
call it what it is. Yes, please do.
Draymond is amazing on the defensive end, but I think Ben, when he's locked in, might be another level of defensive, presence on that end of the basketball court. So yeah, I would love that if that could somehow get put together.
Right.
That looks really good.
And one the addition for me that's totally overlooked, and everybody's gonna realize it this year, is Dennis Smith Jr. is one of the best. How you say point of attack defenders? No, he does. Listen to what I'm saying. Nobody guard. That's what he improved on. Like when everybody in the league, this Flea more than anybody else, and I think you can speak to it better than I can ever. You need to find a way how to stay in the league. Dennis Smith has always been a super athlete, but it's like you can't really shoot like that. How do you really get buckets? You know what he did? He turned around and became an incredible defender. So you got that guy sneaking around. I'm not saying he's going to start, but you had him coming off the bench. Again, that's what I like about the Knicks. You have 7 or 8 guys that can come into that game and swarm you on the defensive end. Brooklyn's going to be tough.
That is literally the only way that he's going to be able to keep a job. I know I jumped out here and said he stinks. I think he does. And meaning, listen, hold on. Meaning that if he does change his attitude where the only way that I'm going to be a presence on a team is if I defend. Everything else that I do offensively is icing. If I could come in and be a guy that defends, then I respect it. But he's a guy that I've always looked at that thought he was better than what he really is and was wildly inefficient. I watched him as a rookie, I think, play next to Luka, right? Wasn't he in Dallas playing next to Luka at one point? And they got him out of there after his rookie season. They said, oh, no, we don't, because he was just inefficient. He used to take bad shots. He didn't give a damn about the defensive end. So like you're saying, he is night and day on that end. And he's going to be around, like Dom said, just a bunch of guys that want to defend. Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Ben Simmons, Nicky Claxton. All of those guys over there want to play defense. So he may be okay. I'll agree with you there, Fav. He may be okay. So I got Brooklyn at 6. You said, oh boy, you had Brooklyn at 6.
Yeah.
Who did you have at 6 now?
Philly. I was gonna say about Brooklyn though. I think they'll be an amazing defensive team, but I think that in the half court they're gonna struggle to get good looks all the time because they're really relying on Spencer Dinwiddie and Mikal Bridges so much. Nick Claxton, he's one of the best defenders in the NBA. He's super underrated defensively.
Yeah,
I think he might win. If Brooklyn finishes as high as you guys are saying, he should win Defensive Player of the Year. Honestly, he's gonna be amazing.
He should have more votes last year. That was
and he's gotten better too. Like watching him preseason, he's gotten a lot better just around the rim.
Offensively,
but just real quick, Don. But Brooklyn has to be careful with Claxton because he could be put in a position like Bam, to where you down there by yourself. and you can get wore down like that. So, I just hope they get him a little help.
So much length around him, though.
Exactly.
They're going to be in front of the ball so much with Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith. But I just don't know about their scoring. That's the only thing in their shot creation. Cam Thomas would really help. But Dennis Smith Jr., Cam Johnson, Nick Claxton, these guys aren't going to be creating shots like that unless Cam Johnson really makes a leap in that aspect of his game. But remember, this team was like yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
No, this team was like a 3 seed when they traded Kyrie and Kevin, right? And then they dropped to like a 6 seed. So they were a 6 seed, but in actuality, they were like a 500 team. I think they've gotten a little bit better, but that's why I'm going Miami, because I know they'll still be like 8 to 10 games over 500 just because they have Jimmy and Bam. But I don't think Miami had a good offseason at all. They had a horrible offseason. Lost Strus, lost Vincent. I mean, is Kyle
Lord Zeller. Yeah.
And I watched
that he's replaceable.
I watched them Friday night, first half. They played all their guns. Jimmy didn't play. But I just looked at this team and I'm like, this team is not gonna be in the they're not gonna be in the finals this year. You can book that.
You can forget that.
You can forget that. They're not gonna be in the NBA finals. And they're gonna struggle, especially where I got them on this rankings. They're gonna struggle to get into the playoffs this year. I don't care how good Jimmy is.
Ooh.
You mean again?
Bam Adebayo, though, has he peaked as a player?
No, I don't think so. Tyler Hero will be back healthy.
I see him. He looked pretty good. He looked
and
okay.
He has a chip on his, and Tyler has a chip on his shoulder, but
they rely on a lot of ball handling from Kyle Lowry still. I don't personally like that. Like, Bam initiates offense, but they need Kyle to like handle the shit a lot. And you got to get another guard in there. You lose Gabe Vincent. That ain't good. Like
James Harden.
I mean,
they need James Harden much more than we do, for being real.
I agree to that.
Riley knows like what it takes to win, so he doesn't want that guy near his organization, which I understand completely and echo 100%. But Miami needs him kind of more. You disagree? I get it, but
no.
James Harden. Yeah.
No, I agree with they need James Harden. I disagree with what you said about Pat Riley. Sometimes you can get in your own way. At the end of the day, Pat, you need help. Go get James Harden, even if it's for a year.
Bro, you're going to bring James Harden to Miami?
Yeah, that's going
to be...
Oh, man.
Hell no.
And
that reeks of a desperate owner, team, everything. Miami is not desperate.
I mean,
they're not desperate.
When you go to that organization, you either buy in or you don't.
Or you don't, right?
You either get swallowed up by the Miami shit, or you become in the best shape of your career and play some of the best basketball in your career. It's one of the two.
Let's not forget, you got Jimmy Butler over there. You still got Udonis Haslem being the OG over there.
Mm-hmm.
James Harden ain't gonna get away with none of that nonsense. At least for 1 year. I'm telling you, they not going for that.
There's a lot of adults in the room. So,
exactly.
You
guys champion. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Fade.
No. You painted his best case scenario. That's his dream scenario is going to an organization like that, because now you got the organization who has a play style. They have a system and they don't play any games. Who else do you go to when it's time to have an agent and negotiate for you? Like, look, you see what he did in Miami, right? It's like going to Bill Belichick when Randy Moss went over there. That earned him the Hall of Fame. I know it's a fraternity thing. Same thing with Harden when he goes to these negotiations. All these former players, Matt Barnes and Paul Pierce, what they talking about right now? He's playing himself out of the league.
Look at Dennis Rodman. Not saying he's at that caliber, but look at when Dennis Rodman went to Chicago. Certain players, they go to a team, people say it don't work. But then if you got that strong nucleus, like I said, you got Jimmy Butler, you got I'm telling you, I think James Harden will be great in Miami, bro. I'm telling you.
That's a clip. That was perfect.
If he doesn't get swallowed.
I'm sorry, Don. I'm sorry, because Rodman was kicking the cameraman. He was going crazy in San Antonio, and they asked Jordan, "Do you want this guy?" Like, hell yeah.
He kicked the cameraman as a bull. Let's
as a bull.
Let's pick that. And two, if your babysitters are Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Phil Jackson, you're gonna become one of the best children in the daycare. Like, you're gonna become one of the best, right? They was able to put up with that shit.
Yeah.
Like, right now, we think about it, right? Those dudes put up with that shit for 3 years in a row.
Come on,
it wasn't 1 year of Rodney. These niggas had this nutcase for 3 years, they won 3 in a row. Like, if you got those three guys.
So you telling me before we go to our 7th? So
yeah,
So you telling me Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, who don't back down from nobody, Jimmy Butler, and Udonis Haslem can't hold James Harden accountable? Shit, y'all kidding me. If they can't do that, then they don't belong. I'm sorry, say it again now.
And it's a contract year.
Dude, him in Miami he goes to Miami frequently when he doesn't not even playing against Orlando. Like,
but you know what? All right, we can leave it after this. Sometimes you gotta let guys be who they are. As long as he's performing on the basketball court and he's not committing no crimes and breaking no laws.
No,
hey man, look at Allen Iverson.
Look at Chuck.
Here's my thing, right? When this is the only difference. I kind of agree with what you're saying, and I think that the Heat could really use him much more than the Clippers. But if a guy shoots 3 for 17, but they were doing the right things the night before, taking care of their body, the Heat organization won't care. But if you're 3 for 17 and you were blowing thousands at the strip last night, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is good with?" That's just how the Heat seem to operate.
But Dom, but we spoke about that. That's the clear cut his trend. That's who he is. But this is a contract year. He got screwed over by Daryl Morey. I'm buying into what Tu just said because the Rodman comparison is crazy. He's
never changed who he is, Harden, in terms of this stuff.
Dime, I'm not even talking about changing who you are for the rest of your life. I'm talking about one season so you could get the $300 million contract. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about anything else. He wants to spend all that money on all them girls all over again. And the only way to do that for the rest of your life is that next contract guaranteed. He could do that in Miami.
We'll see. Right. I don't trust the guy at all. I didn't realize how much of a thing it was until one of the Philly media members told me how much of a thing it really was.
Well, for me, great segue. Number 7, we spoke about it enough. I have Miami at number 7.
Okay.
So do I.
What do you have? What do you have at 7, Don?
Now, what about you, Philly? You have Miami though?
So I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Oh,
yeah. No, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Before getting the list together, I had Miami at 7, and didn't complete the list because I just didn't feel comfortable. I scratched Miami out. I have Indiana at 7.
Indiana?
Yeah, I got Indiana at 7.
Whoa,
that's a big leap right there.
Huge leap from last season. Like I know they got better.
Yeah, I'm y'all gonna learn me. I jump out the window on some few things. Y'all gonna see on a couple of these lists. I'm gonna jump out the window.
Wow, I'm excited to hear. Atlanta.
You excited to see where I have Atlanta?
No, he has Atlanta 7.
My 7th is Atlanta, which is what they were last season.
Right, I got Atlanta 8, but
no, they were 8 last season. I'm sorry.
For me, Indiana. I just think that they're going to be a lot better than what people think. Number 1, number 2, Halliburton is really, really good. I think he's gonna ascend this year into that top 10, top 8 range of point guard.
Oh, point guard,
right?
Is he better than Trae Young though? Right now?
What'd you say?
Is he going to be better than Trae Young this season?
He might be already.
I don't know. He'll never be what Trae Young is offensively. Like offensively, Trae Young is just extremely talented.
Just as a player, like who would you rather have for this season? Only if it was only this season leading your ball club, because they're both the best players in the team.
Halliburton, I would.
Wow, really?
Let's go, Flea.
Yeah,
let's go.
I love Halliburton a lot more than Trae Young, but Trae Young is nice, man.
Now Trae Young,
27 and 10.
But see, this is not a slight on Trae Young. You asked me who I would rather.
No,
I would rather Halliburton. But that's not to say Trae Young. This is a dude that was 29 a night in year 2, right? Trae Young is amazing, but Trae Young is also, he's height challenged. He's 5'10", 5'11" on a good day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it, but it's hard to go. We've watched him for a while now. They went up and picked up DeJounte Murray specifically because they could not hide Trae anymore. You can't hide him no more. It's hard to hide him now. So they had to go find somebody to hide him on a defensive end. You can't do that to Halliburton. Halliburton is legit 6'4".
Okay.
Like legit.
But so what about the offensive gap that Trae Young
the offensive gap, like I don't think Halliburton will ever be as naturally talented as Trae Young. But I think as he's going to be able to shoot it well. He already shoots the 3 ball at a really good clip for a guy that's only 2 or 3 years in the league. Hell of a leader. I just think the combination of him with Carlisle will be a good combination, and they'll start making leaps. So I got him at that 7 range.
All ball. Who you got 7? Oh,
no. I thought we was at number 8. No, we had 7.
I had Miami at 7.
I had Miami at 7.
We did both. We did both.
Okay.
Yeah, I had
Do any
Miami
of you guys, Fabian and Allball, have Indiana 8th? Because I don't.
No, you want to hear my? Oh, good. You want to hear my 8th?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got Chicago at 8.
Wow. Okay. That's not that crazy, but you guys are really low on the Hawks, huh? I think Atlanta, this is the first full year of Quinn Snyder. They still have 2 star players, basically, Trae Young and DeJounte, and it's the second year of them together.
DeJounte is not a star player, but I'll let you finish.
Okay, he's a borderline all-star, but
you're not going to tell me. Oh, man, here we go.
Not even a borderline all-star? He's easy 25 and 5.
I mean, he's made an all-star.
Dom, you the same person that say Dame Lillard's not a superstar, but we going to call Murray a star? Stop it, Dom. Come on, bro.
He's a star to me. But
I got Atlanta at 8 though. I have them
okay. Jalen Johnson is going to be their starting power forward. Good athletic player.
He almost hit his head on the backboard the other night.
Really?
Yeah, he's extremely athletic. Right.
Their bench is just a little bit like AJ Griffin. Who else is they got over there? Bogdanovich is still good.
Yeah, skill can shoot the ball.
I just don't think Atlanta, just kind of like how I feel about the Knicks, but I think you guys are better. They just didn't really do much to really improve this team. They're really relying on the Trae Young getting better, Murray getting better, Hunter getting better.
They traded John Collins.
Which may help them because it seemed like he just didn't fit in his role there.
Yeah.
So I think Indiana will be solid. Atlanta will be solid. I got them at 7. I think their supporting cast around Trae and DeJounte is not quite good enough to really make some noise past. They can't get out of the first round of me with this team.
So who you got 8?
8, I have the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay.
We talked about them enough, but let's talk about Indiana more. I want to actually talk about Indiana more because the only hesitancy I have with them is the same thing I had last year, and they have a better team this year. But if Halliburton is out, they are in trouble to win any games at all. Like seriously, win any games.
I think Mathurin takes another step. I didn't finish that. So I think Ben Mathurin takes another step. You know, they still got Buddy Hield, one of the best shooters in the league.
Is he gonna come off the bench this year?
That's a great question. That's a great question because now Bruce Brown is over there. Now you got a guy over there that has just won. You know, when you bring that kind of energy in the locker room, that means something. You know, they got a guy that just wants to jump around, fly around the floor. They got Obi now, right? So they got a different look over there now. I know how you feel too about but it's just a different look. Now you got guys that could just rim run. You got guys that are just athletic. You got guys that you could throw Obi at a 1 through 4. I'm not saying that he can guard 1 through 4, but he's just gonna run out there. You know what I'm saying? He's athletic enough to just stand in front. You know, so capable rebounder when he plays enough. So I think I got them at 7. That might be a little much, but that's my gut.
I got them at 8.
Because you got them at 8.
I got them at 8. I love that you guys brought up Trae Young because I love Trae Young. He's a villain. I love anyone that plays the villain, but it's not just he's vertically challenged. He doesn't shoot as efficient as Halliburton. How about that? And he's supposed to be the scorer. You guys keep bringing up. Okay, he shoots 29. He scores 29 points, but how many shots?
Yeah, but
Halliburton shoots.
Okay, but Trae Young's shot profile is much more diverse than Halliburton. You know,
okay, but he's also taking more.
Way better floater.
He's not creating more for his team than Halliburton. There's no way. Halliburton has.
Halliburton been to the playoff. Halliburton been to the playoffs yet?
No.
He's never played
what are we talking about?
Anything in his entire career.
He ain't even get himself to the playoffs yet. What y'all talking about?
Yeah, he had one season with Indiana. He doesn't have the team that Atlanta had way more talent than Indiana. It doesn't even matter. My point is that he's a way better point. He might be the best pure point guard in the league. Actually, we're not even talking about that. But now with a run and gun team,
pure point guard. Which one we want to have? Pure point guard or point guard? If we talk pure point guard, then Rondo was top 5 greatest pure point guards all time, right?
Who's the best table setter in the league right now? Too best table setter in the league right now for you.
When you say table setter, explain a little bit.
Who is your Chris Paul? Who is your
there is none.
John Stockton.
There is none.
Who is your
Joker?
There is none. No, hold on, Flea. I'm being for real. I'm not trolling. Okay. There is, to me, I like Halliburton. I'm not as high on him as y'all are. But to me, there is no Stockton or Chris Paul in the NBA today. There is none. I don't think Halliburton is close. There is none.
I would say Halliburton is probably the closest. That's why.
I don't think like the way the NBA is now. Like when I grew up, like I was told like bring up the ball and make a pass first if as a point guard just to like get the offense moving. But now they get their point guards running into the pick and roll right away because eventually that's where it's going to go, right? is for the point guards to be pick and roll guys now, and they can create everything.
You know who's a pure point guard that don't get no props, and y'all may laugh at me? Mike Conley. That's a pure point guard.
He's a good table setter, actually. That's
a great table setter.
He can play pick and roll, but
it's just that he's not a star superstar. But if we talking just pure point guard, then I will go with Mike Conley. But he's not in that class of those guys.
He's the last of a dying breed. That's true.
Yeah,
but I think pick and roll.
I think Halliburton is going to be that perfect mix that kind of starts ushering back that point guard that is able to set the table and still score it. Like, he's not a volume scorer like the other point guards of today. Every point guard of today we talk about is a volume scorer, just like, especially Trae Young. Trae Young is a volume scorer. I don't think Halliburton is a volume scorer, but Halliburton, at his peak, is still going to be able to get you 20 to 25 a night, be able to get it for you,
but
and
Fabian,
still have 10 assists.
But Fabian, but before you go, Fabian, I didn't mean to cut any of y'all off.
Yep.
I'm just saying, for me, a Halliburton, drag your team to the playoffs first, and then I give you props, because no matter how matter how small or pose a big Trae Young is, Trae Young, Dame, Curry, Kyrie, we can Fox, Brunson, these guys is leading their teams to the playoffs.
He doesn't. Right. Okay, but that's a terrible, in my opinion, that was a bad comparison, because a lot of those guys are playing with another star player.
No. Once again, he has one of the best shooters in the league. He has Turner, which I know the kid was hurt.
Healed.
See, here we go. He's
a good shooter. He does nothing else.
See, y'all make excuses for guys.
So you're telling me that Indiana? Wait, time out. You're telling me that the Indiana Pacers were supposed to make the play-in last season? I thought they were going to be the worst team in the East.
If you're that guy, I'm gonna just leave it at this. If you're that guy, drag your team to the playoffs. Now, Dom, you just said what you
that
just
was
said.
His breakout season.
Give me Trae Young's star that he ever played next to.
DeJounte Murray is the best player he's played with. He's a good player. He made the All-Star team and was leading them to the Spurs.
Before DeJounte Murray.
Nothing.
Before DeJounte,
that team that beat us in 21 and went on to the Eastern Conference Finals. That team wasn't a good team. Like, that Atlanta team wasn't really a great team.
Good team, not great.
Huh? They were good,
right? Good, I think.
And they went on an amazing run. But I hear what you say.
That's all Trae Young.
No, I'm with you on that. Trae Young is better, though. I'm not going to give Tyrese Halliburton over Trae Young when he hasn't. That's why I got the Hawks higher. And plus, he doesn't have a second star. Who's the second best player on the Pacers? It's probably Ben Mathurin or Miles Turner, right?
Right. Yeah.
They were 28-28 with Halliburton last year in 56 games. The Atlanta Hawks were 41-41. Like, let's stop.
But as I said,
who went to the playoffs?
Who went to the playoffs? Is that if Trae Young is out, they have DeJounte Murray. If DeJounte Murray is out, they still have Trae Young. If Tyrese Halliburton doesn't play, the Pacers are screwed. They have to look at Ben Mathurin to basically create all their offense. Who the hell else is going to create shots for these guys?
DeJounte Murray not winning games by himself.
Thank you. Get out of here, man. Niggas over.
That's a lie. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie.
He's much better than what the Pacers have.
The Hawks beat the Knicks without Trae Young. What are you talking about? DeJounte Murray is a starting point guard in this league.
Yes, he is.
The Pacers won 7 games without this dude. They totally missed the playoffs because he's out.
DeJounte Murray.
We can do whatever we want. What is Trae Young going to do? What are the Hawks going to do if Trae Young isn't there? They can still win ball games. The Pacers cannot do that. Everything runs through this guy. The entire DNA of the Pacers is him. And they have the right coach to do all this. I'm excited about them.
The entire DNA of Atlanta is Trae Young.
I understand, but you're underestimating that. Huh?
He's on his 3rd head coach, by the way.
Who?
He's not a problem?
No, I have a lot of issues with Trae Young, and I said that already in making my comparisons with Tyrese Halliburton. So we could, you know what I'm saying? Like we clown.
I don't want to spend too much more.
We talk shit about Halliburton last week. Like, he's good with words. He sounds good on TV and in front of the camera. But to be honest with you, he's also seems to be able to be, it's easier to play with him. It's easy. He's more coachable. Like, this kid. Trae Young has
not
gone
even close.
I agree, but I just want to say one thing. All ball. I didn't seem like you watched that Boston series closely, because DeJounte Murray really came to play in the playoffs, man. And in San Antonio, he was good.
I hate that laugh.
I
hate that laugh.
Who? the guy y'all say that's too little, that gotta be helped, and they gotta cover for him. Who won the game?
Trae Young is the man. He is their guy. But why are we acting like DeJounte Murray is not a good player, man?
Because he's not.
You're
You
scheming.
know
who
who won
know
the
how he is.
game?
You
mean who caught fire at the right time? Okay, he's clutch. I give him that, but he does not shoot that well. He can shoot you out of a ball game.
DeJounte Murray. Okay, he's not a great jump shooter. He can handle the ball well. He's got a great floater. Actually, embraces the mid range and is good at it. And he's got good length. He's a good defender.
No, he's a hell of a defender.
Whether he played the 1 or the 2, he's not even top 25.
Yes, he is. Don't do this now.
I would take DeJounte. Oh man,
don't do this.
You'll take DeJounte Murray what?
Top 25 what? Player or at the position?
So he's not a top 20 point guard, and he's not even probably a top 30.
He's not a top 20 point guard. Yes, he is.
Every time we name the top 20 point guards, we don't even mention him. What are y'all talking about?
Several of us did.
We should have.
Yo, we got we got on time constraint. We got to get to that West Coast. We got to get to the West Coast.
Right.
Let's get rid of these. What is the bottom half of this? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead with the bottom.
We're still on the
number 9. I got Atlanta.
Okay.
Number 9. I have Chicago.
Okay, so just flip flop. What you have, Dom? Number 9.
I'm going a different route. I think Fabian may be feeling me on this one. This is my breakout team, the Orlando Magic.
Okay. Oh, I had him at 10.
Okay. Because, dude, I think Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner are gonna be stars, whether or not they're this year or they're gonna be soon. I actually am not gonna lie. I did not watch the Magic play much last season. I mean, why would I? I'd rather watch a lot of other teams. I'm sorry. I would rather watch a lot of other teams.
They fun to watch, and they always got our Knicks number, so I always watch them. They definitely fun to watch, and they tough.
I'm in the West, so we don't get to see them much anyway, right?
Got you.
Paolo Banchero,
extremely well coached too. Jamal Mosley is a heck of a coach. He's shown himself to be a really good coach.
What are you saying, Fabian?
You kind of look like Franz Wagner. Like you should be watching this guy on TV.
He's a white guy. Anyway,
Max Strus.
Oh man, I thought that Fabian was Max Strus.
No, I am. I'm talking to him. He knows.
Okay, so I think Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero are really, really good. I think Wendell Carter, he seems to be shooting threes now. I didn't think he was that good at them, but then I saw that he was shooting like 36% last season. So it seems like he will be a good pick and pop player for them. And then Markelle Fultz, he's really come back to being a decent basketball player again.
They're moving him down.
Yeah.
They're gonna move him.
Why? Because Cole Anthony is not going to make them move. Jalen Suggs is going to have a better season this year.
I'm saying I think that they're going to probably choose Suggs and the other guard, but I feel
they should.
And then Black was
and they just drafted Anthony Black. They're going to move folks.
Maybe I like his defense though, Markelle Fultz.
I do too. I like his game. I love the fact that he figured out how to play basketball again. Like he looks good. But he would look a lot better somewhere else.
Oh man, I like that team.
What was that number? Because all right, I had Atlanta 9.
Jonathan Isaac.
I got Indiana number 10.
I got Miami at 10.
Wow, okay. That's insanely low on my. I know they're not making sense. Whoa,
I got Miami at 10.
They were number 10 last year. I'm 9 on 10. Get out of here, man. That makes sense.
They were seventh best record, bro.
And I got.
They made the play-in though. They had to fight to get in the play.
I know, but 10 is like you're hanging on by a.
What's the difference,
bro? Like I said, I watched them on Friday night. Again, preseason. Jimmy's not playing. I get it, but
just not a good team.
I'm just looking at the ancillary pieces because that's been their calling card for the last 3 or 4 years. The extra pieces that they fit, like RJ Hampton. I don't know if y'all remember RJ Hampton. He used to play for Orlando. He's a young kid. Yeah, but RJ Hampton, they
might find the most out of him though, RJ Hampton.
Right, but Miami always figures out a way to resurrect a dude's career that, or find a dude that is just not that good or, fell through the cracks for these other teams. Like I was watching the other night, I was like, damn, did Miami save this dude's life? Because he looked like he know how to play basketball again. So I was trying to figure out what are the guys that are going to be the Max Strus, the Gabe Vincent, the Caleb Martin? Who are those guys that's going to have that kind of effect? I didn't see it. And they had a bunch of niggas running around out there.
They must be relying heavily on Tyler Hero then. That's the only thing I can
Good luck with that. And I don't think he's a bad player, but good luck with putting the onus and the regular season success on his shoulders. Good luck with that.
Well, Dom, y'all talking about Orlando. I got Orlando. For me, I got them at number 11.
So just missing out. So you have Indiana.
I have Indiana at 10, Atlanta at 9, and I have Orlando just missing out at 11.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Oh, go ahead, Don. My bad.
No. Go. You said Flea said Chicago at 9, right?
I got Chicago at 9, Miami at 10, and then I didn't even go past that.
Chicago better than the Heat? I'm surprised you're going with that because they're like, I don't know.
I think there's two things going on over there, and I think it'll look a lot better this year. They know that people are talking about them, and I'm talking about DeRozan and Levine.
Yeah,
they know people around the league are talking about. Yeah, they're good players, but they don't know how to win. They DeMar left Toronto. They won a championship, right? Like, that Levine is not a guy that's won many games in the playoffs. I think that they have a lot to prove just as individual basketball players, how they affect winning, right? So I think they're going to have a better showing. I expect Vucevic to be better this year. So I got them down at 9. I don't think that they're going to be better where they're like a solidified top 6 seed.
Well, you know what, Dom? Yeah, I think once we get past 11, I mean, for me, I could just run off the next 4. We ain't really got to discuss. I got Charlotte at 12. I got Washington at 13. I got Detroit at 14, and I got Toronto at 15.
Toronto was the worst team.
The worst team in the East. They still have Siakam on their team. They brought back the same starting lineup. They brought back the same starting lineup that was like the 9 seed, basically, with the exception of Fred VanVleet. They still have a decent starting lineup. They have Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent, Siakam, Jakob Poeltl.
They lost their second best player, Dom.
Yeah, but Fred VanVleet was good, but I don't know. He was a little bit of a.
That's what I'm saying.
His shooting dipped last season.
One of those two guys are gonna get moved, either OG or Siakam. So the team
that's the 5th starter, OG Anunoby. But here's the thing: if you're banking on one of them getting traded, I could do the same for Chicago as well.
But fellas, hold on.
And I agree with you. I agree with you there, Don.
Yeah,
I agree with you there.
Why, when it comes to VanVleet, everybody just poo-poo that, like as if when they made that run, he didn't play vital part. He doesn't hit big shots, and right. And they
second best player, he was. You want to talk about? We talk about guys that are inefficient and this and that. Fred VanVleet's shooting dipped like crazy last season.
This is what I'm saying too. Fred VanVleet was great.
So what do you have Toronto?
But there's a lot of guys.
Well, I know Flea. You said you ain't
got them 11.
I got them 11th.
I didn't even go past because I don't really think that they was gonna be that good. But
is Scotty Barnes taking a leap? Because that's the main. I think that's what they're making.
He takes a leap, like.
But they got a lot of size on that team, man. You talk about size on defense. Chris Boucher, what's
still a raw athlete. He's still raw,
right? I know, but I'm just saying for defense. Achua, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Siakam, like they're throwing a lineup out there that's 6'5" and over all the way around. And remember, they were playing without a real center, like a real rim roller, for like the whole season until Jakob Poeltl came. And when he did, they were much better because teams are just going to switch everything on the pick and roll because they have no big that's rolling to the rim and no one that's going to post them up.
Who's their coach?
Exactly.
It's a rookie coach. Dennis Schroeder might help in the point of attack on defensively. Dennis Schroeder just had a really good playoffs guarding Curry.
They lost Nick Nurse. They lost Fred VanVleet, although I'm not very high on Fred, but that was one of their better players. They didn't make any huge additions besides Schroeder. I don't even see them being a player.
I might not watch one game of Toronto. I'm just being honest with y'all.
Siakam is still much better than you guys are giving him credit for.
He is.
No, he good.
25, 5 and 5 and good defense every night.
Who's not giving him credit? It's not about him. I think no matter what, Siakam's not a number like the ball handler. Like they can really still end up in 11th from 11th place to 15th. They can really everything relies on, in my opinion, Scotty Barnes.
That's what I'm saying. If Siakam is your best player, you a playoff team?
Well, he was their best player in 2022, and they were a playoff team. They had Fred VanVleet, though, playing really well.
It was a different team. They better coach.
That's why I got them in the play-in.
They dropped Fred VanVleet I'm talking about, huh?
Yeah, no, I think Fred VanVleet's good. I got them lower, bro. They were what last year? 19?
For me, the Fred VanVleet thing is like
no, Flea, I'm not vouching for him. I'm just saying, you see how that just quick. You see how it just quick. Was like, but they made the playoffs. But Fred. Yeah. I'm just saying, let's not act like Fred VanVleet was not solid over there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
They have to rely on Siakam a lot offensively.
There was a bunch of pieces there together that led them to to the championship, and then the next year they made the playoffs again because they still had that DNA. But I was gonna say that's who Brooklyn reminds me of, is that era's Raptors. They're long like that, and I don't think the Raptors have that. They're kind of like letting go of that, and that's what I'm saying. That of that era, Scotty Barnes, if he doesn't play and take a leap in his third season, and he's kind of arrogant. He's doing a lot of I see him talk too much. Last he was talking to who was it, RJ Barrett or somebody on the Knicks. He's talking too much. Nah, he got to chill out.
He's talking to Quentin Grimes. He told Quentin he wasn't like that. Yeah.
So Scotty Barnes, you ain't like that right now. You got to step it up. I don't care
where do you guys have Toronto? Our boss says they're the worst team in the East. That's crazy to me. Unless they trade Siakam, that's crazy to me.
I got him 11th. Who you got? We got him, Fleet.
Okay, so I got him 11 too.
I don't have them the worst team in the Eastern Conference. I think
who do you have? Yeah.
Worst team in the Eastern Conference, the fucking Washington Wizards.
Yeah,
fuck
so
those dudes. They're gonna be dog shit this year.
It'll be fun though with Jordan Poole.
They'll be fun to watch.
I got them 13. So
Jordan Poole will be top. Jordan Poole will be top 5 in scoring this year. You could book that, but they're gonna be dog shit.
Daniel, what's their starting lineup? Daniel,
that sounds personal. Look,
because I got my one of my closest friends, Simon. Shout out to Simon. He's a diehard Washington Wizards fan. Hey, Samo, they're gonna be dog shit this year. Garbage. Number 15.
This goes out to you. This goes out to you.
That's a fact.
Yo, let's jump in the comments before we get to the Western Conference.
Right, real quick.
What they talking about?
So many other teams.
But Don, who do you think is the worst team in the Eastern Conference?
I agree with Flea. The Wizards are going to be fun to watch, but they're not going to be very good. I mean, Dylan, what's his name? Tyus Jones is a good player, though. I think he'll win him some games. But Denny Avdia, Corey Kispert, Koulibaly will be fun. That French kid.
Koulibaly.
Now they're actually going.
My son Bilal. Bilal got the best name in the league right now. Bilal. Y'all remember Martin from House Party? Bilal.
Bilal. That's a fact.
Switch. Dragon. What are you going? Dragon Breath.
Dragon
Breath
with
the DJ. Yeah.
Come on, man. That's classic.
Yeah.
Come on, now.
Ain't my type of hype. You kidding me?
Come on.
That's
the Eastern Conference, man. We done broke it down.
Yeah, broke it down.
Yeah, get to a couple comments, man, before we get to this West.
I got the Pistons as the worst team before y'all said that. The Wizards might be the worst. I got the Bulls.
Yeah, I hope we get to see some Cade Cunningham play basketball.
Stop trying to stretch it to a fantastic career.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fish, man. Thank you, Fish.
I got Indiana. I got Indiana 10, by the way.
Yo, Fish one-liners is crazy.
Me too. I got Indiana.
I got Chicago not making it. I think they're going to trade one of them.
Yeah,
okay.
Me too. Van Fleet had a championship.
I agree with that too, Dom. I absolutely think one of them is getting moved.
We're gonna get to the comments, or you want to? No, all right. Van Fleet had a championship moment. Stop trying to spend
too much time in the comments.
To a fantastic career. Yeah, we do, but it's over. Scotty Barnes looked like the best player in the preseason. Damn.
As a Raptors fan, Phoenix Gen Z.
Okay, I can give you the Fred Van Fleet perspective. You didn't give it to us though. Plays he paused. A healthy Kyle Lowry moves the needle. He showed you Knicks fans that in the second round. You out of your mind.
He had a great playoff.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Bookmark this: when the Heat finish ahead of the Knicks, there's no chance New York finishes ahead. Phoenix plays, he go to hell. No way to move Markel. He's resurged. I don't know.
No, they're not going to be able to afford him.
No, I think they're going to trade Cole Anthony when what's his name? Anthony Black steps in. I think they're going to trade maybe Cole Anthony. But I'm looking at their team, man. They got a pretty decent squad. If Jonathan Isaac can stay healthy, he's one of the best defenders out there. I would hope he can. They also have Gary Harris and Joe Ingles.
Now, the Joe Ingles pickup I saw late the other day. I was like, okay, that's not bad.
I'm being honest.
Gary
Joe
Harris
Ingles
is not a bad NBA player.
I like Joe Ingles in Utah, but then when he went over there to Milwaukee or Boston? Milwaukee. That shit ain't do nothing. What Fish said, I see all ball. That's all I see.
Yo, this nigga called you a mean
in the playoffs, though.
You get fired 20 minutes after the season starts. Hilarious. That's classic.
But that's what happened to the motherfucker. He had a front office job with Phoenix, and he was going quick.
Fish be smoking me for real.
Man, that was funny.
Indiana's going to get destroyed in a non-Halliburton minutes.
I agree.
Ball will hype the most random Division 12 NBA player, but downplay a younger player if he don't take his team to the finals in year 2.
He said Division 12. Yo, Fish is insane, yo.
He's right, though.
Insane.
You got to go to the finals by year 2.
That's a fact. Or you in dirt.
Dude said
Division 12.
12.
Yeah. You gotta love Fish, man. You gotta love.
Gotta love Fish.
Oh, never mind. We already said Toronto is all ball's worst team in the East.
Yeah.
I got Washington. Who you got as your worst team in the Eastern Conference, Fabian?
He said
I had the Pistons, but I can be talking to the Hornets and the Wizards conversation. After what I seen Jordan Poole the other day, he's another arrogant dude, bro. You got a lot to step up for. Then I seen Kyle Kuzma.
He's type annoying. I'm not gonna even lie.
Yeah. And then Kyle Kuzma is laughing in the background. Nah, that's your leader? They
in trouble.
Remember I said this. That Detroit team is gonna be better than we think.
They're gonna play.
They're gonna play better. They're not gonna win
I got them 14 too. Right.
But they're gonna play better. Monty Williams is the head coach over there. They got dogs over there. Like players.
They got a nice little young crew over there.
Right too. Like they got players over there. Cade Cunningham.
They gotta stay healthy, man.
Yeah, Jalen Duran. Even Wiseman is there. Like, they got players over there right now.
Isaiah Stewart.
And
now they have Asar Thompson.
Yeah, they got one of the Thompson twins. Like, they got players over there right now.
Wiseman is their the backup center. Who do we have?
Be good.
I think he's gonna be just fine. But
Charlotte is such a mess, dude. I mean, I don't even want to get into them. They got one guy that's like,
No, what are you talking about? They got one of the greatest point guards in the league today. What are y'all talking about?
According to
but besides, I mean, dude, they have a guy that's like got kicked off the team and was asking to be traded on Twitter. They have a freaking guy that beat up his girlfriend. Like, what is going on over there, dude?
Mike Jordan got out of there because he said
that's a fact.
Shit show.
Toxic, bro.
I think it's a shit show.
My Jordan got out of there.
They didn't pick Scoot Henderson. We'll see how that pays off for them.
I don't want to know the real reason. Don't tell me.
Yeah, get out of here.
Let's get to the West.
People, he got screwed. Who do you have as the best team in the West Coast? I think we got to start up with our West Coast aficionado here, man.
Yeah, and let's all give our number one seed. Let's not go. Let's all give our number one seed real fast. If we,
I know for a fact Flea is not going to have Denver first, but I have Denver first because you're the champions, so you're not the champions. And just because they lost Bruce Brown, I'm sorry, but what's his name? Jokic and Murray pick and roll. When someone figures out a way how to guard that, then I won't put them first. But they're great, and they got what's his name? This kid is gonna break into the rotation this year because he can shoot the fuck out of the ball. Julian Strawther from Gonzaga. I saw him playing the preseason, but I've also watched him play at Gonzaga, and all the Gonzaga players, like, they all know how to move without the ball. He's gonna be perfect fit for their offense. He's gonna shoot well. So losing Bruce Brown is significant, but I still think they'll be first.
I'll kill some suspense. I got the number one as well, and you guys could either counter that or.
Okay, well, I'll go next. I got the Suns number one. Barn injury. I'm just being honest. Whether we feel they're going to make the trip or not, I always respect the champs. But when you got KD, Booker, and Bill on one team, I'm being honest. Miss me with anything else. I got them at number one.
I got the Lakers number one.
Wow, you think they'll be healthy enough for that?
Yeah, who paid you to say that? You getting some money on the side, man.
Nah, I wouldn't do. You got the
Lakers number one.
No. Wait, break that. Give me 30 seconds, please. Break that down real quick, please. You can't just say that and don't explain.
Okay, so for me, getting swept out of the Western Conference Finals doesn't sit well with they two best guys, right? The last few years, this season for me, I think is going to be so exciting because so many guys got something to prove. I think the two guys on that team, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, got some shit to prove this year. They got to come out with they got to make a statement. And I don't think making a statement towards the end of the season and figuring out in the playoffs is going to really set the tone. They got a Phoenix team that's stacked. They got Denver coming back that's the reigning champions. Like, I think if LeBron is what he was last season and we could get 65 to 70 games out of Anthony Davis, that team, they're gonna be a hard out every night.
Wow.
Every night.
I just don't believe they're stay healthy enough. And I don't believe that even with what Flea's saying, I think you have a point, but I think that's gonna come out more in the playoffs. I don't think LeBron James cares about getting the first seed anymore.
I did not see that coming.
After they but I think Anthony Davis does. He gotta prove a point at some stretch in your career. You gotta come out and say, yo, I'm him. I'm that dude. And everybody on this screen, Fabian jumps out the window for him. Two say when he's healthy, he's the best. Like this, two is all of this when healthy with Anthony Davis.
Hold on.
You healthy now?
Fabian said at his peak, Anthony Davis is better than Kobe Bryant.
Yes, he did say that.
So that ain't jumping out the window. That's jumping out the skyscraper.
You actually said that,
Dom.
You
Yes,
actually said that.
You want me to repeat it? Fabian said
why can't
at his peak, Anthony Davis is better than Kobe Bryant at his peak. Yes, he did say that. Asking me right there.
Speak to him, Fabian.
You can't even keep a straight face because at the end of the day, you understand the dog. Come on.
No. See, hold on. First of all, defensively, that's not close.
Okay. And that's not between AD and Magic either, or Steph Curry. Make your point.
Say it again.
It's not close defensively between Magic and Steph Curry and with AD either, but they're still better than him.
Hold on. Let's get this clear. Anthony Davis, that talent is all world, had a chance to be the best ever kind of talent. Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, never had that chance.
What?
Never.
I don't want no parts of this. Listen,
what? I want no parts of this.
Once again, the only time
he
Anthony
never
Davis
had a chance to be the best ever. First of all, he is the best ever. He is the best ever.
This gonna get ugly first. This gonna get ugly.
Let's go there first.
Lord have mercy.
He's better than your favorite player. He's better than your dad's favorite player. He's better than all of our. He's better. Like, cut it out. Stop that shit.
He has better footwork.
Nah, he's just better.
He can score the ball better.
You've ever seen in your life. I'm telling you.
Maybe he's definitely a better leader, and he goes out there. But I'm not saying Anthony Davis.
Wow,
his peak doesn't even really exist, if we're going to be honest, right? But that 2020 season, we're not talking about
a guy who doesn't have a peak, okay?
Right, but I'm just saying the 2020 season where this whole conversation started at. That guy is a difference maker when you bring him, because All Ball had a comparison between the 09 Lakers, 2020 Lakers. That guy is the difference. He was the difference last year in the playoffs. Without him,
you're dodging the question. Yes, he's a fucking difference. We know who he is. Let's not waste time because we have 13 other teams to get to. Do you think he's better than Kobe?
No, hold on. Let me play devil's advocate.
That's not what I'm saying.
Hold on.
That's all we care about because we have 13 other teams to talk about.
Hold on.
I get that, but he brought that up.
Hold on, Fabian, because Dom is a LA native, Flea, big Kobe Bryant fan. Let me play devil's advocate. At their peak, Anthony Davis, I'm not agreeing with Fabian, but hear what I'm saying. He can knock down a three. He can put the ball on the floor. He can knock down the mid-range. He can put you in the post. And defensively, it's not even close. I'm just saying.
Why do we say defensively it's not even close? I just want to get an explanation on that.
Fabian, it's not. I mean, Flea, it's not even close. Anthony Davis.
I'd like to understand that.
All right, no problem. Anthony Davis, healthy at his peak. This is what we're talking about. If they're healthy at their peak, is one of the greatest defenders probably the game has ever seen.
I don't disagree with that.
And I don't disagree with that, but how do we diminish a guy that at his position during the time that he played was the best defender at that position?
I'm not denying.
I don't think he was when Tony Allen was the best.
For 9 straight years.
He was never the best defender ever. I'm sorry. He never was the best defender.
I said at his position.
At his position.
He never was.
Come on, man.
For 9 straight seasons, he was the best.
No, they voted him the best. But
he was.
But we taking the that's
Triple J.
I'd rather your opinion than theirs.
He was never better than Ron Artest defensively, Flea.
But Ron Artest is a small forward. Ron Artest is a small forward, though. I only said that when Tony Allen was on Memphis, he was the best defensive shooting guard in the league. To me, Tony Allen. When he was on Memphis,
and even if you bring up, even if he had Ron Artest defense, the level of defense Anthony Davis had versus him is different. It's not Kawhi. It's a different level. It's a big man that's guarding. He's guarding 1 through 5. 1 through 5 legit in this era. Anthony Davis does that.
Overhyped.
That's not overhyped. He just guarded Steph Curry.
If you can fucking hedge out on the screen, that doesn't mean that you can guard.
That's not. That wasn't.
You're not gonna guard a 1 for the whole fucking game.
But AD's not.
Kill that shit.
Anybody all
game. That's a myth. That's a fucking myth.
That's why I don't want no parts of this.
That's a fucking myth. Nobody can guard 1 through 5. That's
AD. One of the only people that actually does in the league is AD. He can switch.
No. Who's guarding anybody all game? That's the difference between AD and every other team. Any team with AD on it.
Oh my God! Because you can hedge out on the screen and stop the one from going down.
He's not a hedge out. That's not a hedge out.
That you can guard Kyrie Irving for 35 minutes a game.
Yeah, we're gonna
back to the chair and
right.
guard
It's too
Kyrie
late.
Irving
You brought
for
this
35 minutes a game.
Fellas, let's finish the
This is
list.
what happens.
Fabian doesn't even believe that Anthony Davis is better than
No, he
Kobe
does.
anyway.
No,
he doesn't.
He
doesn't said it for a reason.
Once again, no, this is the problem. This is the real problem. You guys hear two names and you go off. No,
right.
At his peak,
rightfully so.
That one season, AD, if you're saying that team, 2020 versus the 2009 Lakers, the difference for me is Anthony Davis. Period.
But see, you're talking.
He's the best player in both series for me. The defense is what does everything. But you guys change it into careers. Clearly, career-wise, Kobe's better.
Wait, time out.
What are you talking about?
You're saying Anthony Davis is the difference.
You should have said that before. I wouldn't have wasted all my fucking energy hollering at you.
That's your fault. You didn't listen to that. You fell right into the trap.
Fabian, you're saying Anthony Davis is the difference maker in a series between those two teams, or do you actually think he's better than 2010 Kobe was?
You can't be serious, bro. In 2010, first of all, you already know how I feel about Dwight Howard in 2010, right? He's up there.
09 is I thought we talked about 2010.
Whatever it is, Dwight Howard in that series when you were saying he's
not that year though. That's not the year. It's not the year.
Listen to what I'm telling you. For you to say you totally diminished Dwight Howard's accomplishment back then because you love Kobe so much now.
No, because I don't fuck with Dwight Howard's game, bro. He had no fucking consistent post game, and he got bitched in the finals by Pau Gasol and missed 2 free throws in game 4, and Fisher hit a 3, and they lost. So don't give me that with Dwight Howard.
If Anthony, go ahead.
No, I'm saying fuck Dwight Howard. He didn't even play Dwight Howard in 2010. He played Boston.
Wonderful. What do we
now
you
do?
Hold on. Now you totally diminished the defensive player of the year back then, right? And that's cool.
We're talking about a different year. Why do you keep bringing Dwight Howard up?
Because I'm trying to explain to you, Anthony Davis is the same thing defensively, damn near,
fellas.
and he has offense. You did this all, boy. Don't fellas this. Don't fellas us. And he brought the prayer hands. It's got to be slick.
Fellas, let's go, Flea.
Who's your number 2 seed?
But hold on, Flea. Hold on before you finish. Hold on. Wednesday, IG Live. Let's have that discussion.
Okay.
The 2020 Lakers versus that 2009-10 Lakers, and then we can have that discussion.
I'm fine with that.
Right. Let's finish that. Because I love that discussion. Let's finish the list.
Yeah,
I got
overtime.
So hold on. I didn't.
Wait, you don't have your number 1 seed, all
hold on. I said Suns.
Phoenix.
And who you said, Fabian? Oh, Denver.
Nuggets.
All right. If Flea said Lakers.
Phoenix is my number 2. Because you just explained that perfectly. Those 3 guys on there. Remember, KD never really got to have the Harden, Kyrie Irving tandem or trio, and that's just a different level. And KD, in my opinion, is the second best player, but now at times he will look like a number 1 with Phoenix. You have Bradley Beal there at your third option. Nah, and then Eric Gordon off the bench, who I don't even like that, but
he's solid though. He still can shoot.
Yeah.
I got Phoenix number 2 as well. Who you got 2, Dom?
Well, you got 2 all ball. You got Phoenix as well. Is it whole clean?
No.
You said Phoenix number 1. Denver 2. I'm guessing.
Sacramento number 2.
I actually, funny that you say that. That was my kind of surprising pick. I got the Kings number 2 only because regular season, and I think they have a better chance of staying healthy than Phoenix. KD hasn't played 60 games in like how many years? Like that's the only thing I'm a little afraid of. Sacramento, I just have the most faith they'll stay healthy, so I got them second. But I think Phoenix is a better team. Easily could be Phoenix second.
I only have an issue with where you guys have Sacramento, because where I have them, y'all really not gonna like that. If y'all have them number 2, where I have them,
let's wait to get there.
Y'all gonna feel like
we'll talk about the Kings more later. Then
I just wanted to say for them though, I think they really caught a lot of teams off guard last year when Mike Brown came in, and they played defense, right? They played defense, but what they brought, Mike Brown kind of changing things up and how their point of attack and how they approach the game offensively with just Fox and Sabonis with that pick and roll, and now they get everybody else involved. So I thought that they kind of caught a lot of people off guard. So I'm thinking that certain teams are going to catch up in terms of how they defend them. So them being such a high seed, like they were a 3 seed last year, y'all got them 2 this year. I don't see them being that good again this year, but I'll get into them, when I pick, give them my pick. So us 3 said Phoenix, and you got
No, me and Dom got Sacramento too,
and we got Phoenix. Okay,
right.
And I got the Kings third.
Okay.
So for every,
So we're all in agreement outside of Flea, and then I got the Suns third. So
I got Denver third.
So I got Minnesota third.
Whoa!
Hold on.
That's stepping out the fucking window.
I'm gonna tell you why too.
Hold on. Just
wait, should we wait on them?
Flea, your first and your third. I'm just letting y'all know I did not see that coming.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
No. So my third.
Wow.
My Minnesota is kind of mirroring the Sacramento look. Last year it was like, damn, how do we defend this team? It's hard to figure out how to defend this team. And now at the end of the year, we look up and they're a 3 seed, right? For me, the emergence of Anthony Edwards, we've been talking about this since the middle of the summer. I think he's going to be a top 15 player. I think he's going to take the biggest leap in the league this year. So I got him in that top 5 to top 8 range in terms of scoring, right? He's going to be a guy that gets a bucket. We're going to get a full season of Karl Anthony Towns this year. He's going to be healthy.
How do you know that, though? How do you know that? Karl Anthony Towns hasn't been able to stay healthy. He had one healthy season of like the last 4.
But I don't think he's over the point where he can't have another season where he plays 75 games.
You're just banking on it, though. You're banking on it, though, but it's not.
I got to roll with that, Dom. Okay. Like where I got the Clippers at is a big reason because I think Kawhi and Paul George are going to be healthy. So you know what I'm saying? If you think we're going to be healthy, we're going to be better than Minnesota? No, I don't think y'all going to be better than Minnesota. I got y'all 4th though.
Oh wow, fucking Minnesota. So what do you think about Gobert and Towns fit together? Because we didn't really get to see that last year because Towns only played 30 games.
Right. I think we're gonna get a chance to see a full Minnesota team. Minnesota went to the playoffs last year and was trying to figure shit out on the fly. So imagine them starting this season with Anthony Edwards just hitting the ground running, played in the FIBA this summer, really played well, hitting the ground running. I think they're going, surprise some teams this year. That's my surprise team.
They don't have Taurean Prince anymore. He was pretty good for them last year.
They don't have him. The Lakers have him. Another reason why I got them high. He's going to
start.
They're going to start too.
Yeah.
So I got Minnesota third.
I think. Do we all have you, me, Fabian, all ball? We have the same 3, but just in a different order, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. We can wait on Minnesota for the rest of us when we get them in there. But all right.
I got third.
I got Denver third.
Okay.
I got Phoenix.
I got the Kings. And number 4, who you got down?
I'm going with my guys, just like Flea is. The reason why I think the Lakers, you could easily argue, could be better than us, but we finished above the Lakers in the regular season like every single season besides 2020 since 2013. So wow. I'm just gonna go with it.
Dom, real quick. We got folks from Denmark watching.
Oh, man, so big shout out Denmark in the building, man. Appreciate it. Yes,
Denmark.
Thank you.
That's
I met a girl from Denmark today. Anyway,
that's dope. That's dope.
Yo, right. Don's been 7,500. I appreciate you, man. You finally caught it live every Sunday, 8 p.m. East Coast time in the world.
I think we're one of the hardest teams to rank in the whole league, though. We could be as high as 2, and we could be as low as 10 because of the health of Kawhi and Paul. I think, though, our team is better going into this season. Westbrook or Reggie Jackson. It's a no-brainer who's a better player. We also have a backup center now with Mason Plumlee from the beginning of the season. Last year, Ivica Zubac, when he came out of the game, we were getting crushed. Like, we had Moses Brown and no center. That was our only 2 options. Moses Brown, who's not even on a team right now, I don't think.
He's from Queens. Shout out to Moses Brown.
Yeah, shout out to Moses Brown, UCLA. But
he's I don't think Queens.
Don't think he's gonna have an NBA career, unfortunately. But we also have Bones Highland from the beginning of the season. He just got injured, but he looked amazing in preseason. He was our player of the preseason. Add some real pace to our team. I don't know if KJ Martin's gonna play that much, but Westbrook and then Ty Lue finally everything rides on Ty Lue to a degree. No Marcus Morris this season in the rotation. We got Covington now, which is gonna feel like a new signing because he didn't even play like that last season. And Terrence Mann is starting. Terrence Mann is my guy. We got one of the better starting lineups in the league right now. To me, Westbrook, Terrence Mann, Paul George, Kawhi, and Zoo. Everybody on that starting 5 can guard. We have some athleticism now, Westbrook and Mann. Everyone is 6'3" or over, and we can switch 1 through 4. So if we can stay healthy, we can be very high. I want a top 3 seed, obviously, but as a fan, trying to keep my emotions out of it, 4th or 5th. But I'm going to go with 4th because I can't give the Lakers that edge over us because I got to ride with my guys.
I got that 4th too.
My 4 is Memphis.
Wow. Did you hear that Steven Adams is going to be out for the year, though?
No Steven Adams.
Hold on. Steven Adams is out for the year.
Dunzo.
Yep. As of today, he's getting surgery. They didn't end up getting surgery, and Brandon Clark's apparently out till March, bro.
Out till March.
I dropped Memphis today,
and then Ja got that 25 games,
and they got no Tyus Jones. They got Rose instead, but he's not as good as Tyus to me.
But they got Smart.
Damn.
Yeah, they got Smart.
I'm gonna just keep him there for now. I didn't even know that information.
That team's gonna be better than Clippers and Lakers?
No, but wow.
That changes things too.
So hold on. So I'll tell you what I would do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Pelicans in that spot.
Whoa. 4th seed?
I'm gonna put the Pelicans in that spot. Yeah, I'm putting the Pelicans up there.
They're sick. I just don't trust their health either.
Remember, Dom, we did this is if everybody's healthy.
Oh, no, then my rankings would change then.
Well, how was we supposed to be doing this?
Well, I'm just,
everybody
whoever has injury-prone players on their team, I'm putting them a little lower than what they would be healthy.
But everybody,
I think there's a mix. Yeah, there's
but everybody, right? But I'm basing this on everybody coming into the season healthy.
Right. No, well, they are. I'm just saying, like, I know if Zion was going to play 82 games, everybody was to play 82 games.
I'm putting the Pelicans 4th. I'm not going to let you sway me. I'm putting the Pelicans 4th.
I ain't trying to.
Yeah, I'm putting the Pelicans 4th.
Who you got 4th, babe?
Here comes my shock. I got the OKC Thunder at number 4. I think.
Wow. So you two of you.
Whoa.
We don't. That's crazy that the Lakers, my Laker fans on this are gonna destroy you guys in the comments, bro.
Whoa. OKC number 4.
That's high.
Yeah. They had the kid.
That's home court advantage.
That's really high.
That's high. Okay.
I think they got a kid from Europe. Let me get his name. Vasily Mitic.
What? Not the guy you're talking about in Sacramento.
Why are you bringing his name?
Right.
Why is his name the first name you named?
Wow. Can't even pronounce his name
while talking about Oklahoma City making the 4th seed. Let's talk about why they are.
Because you can't say fuck that kid because he's a former MVP in the EuroLeague, 2-time champion.
That's wonderful. He is not going to be the reason why they're the 4th seed.
He's a 29-year-old rookie. So yeah, that's a major reason why you got somebody coming off the bench.
So he ring in. I ain't heard that shit in a minute. Oh shit!
Sorry, I'm sorry, Fabian. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what he said.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
He's a ringer, and the Kings have a ringer also. I forgot how to.
So you really a OG? You really a fucking OG? I ain't heard that shit in years.
What did he say?
He called him a ringer. So I don't know if you ever heard that term in LA, Don, but like when cats come to the park and they 19 playing against 14-year-olds, it's like, that nigga's a ringer. Like, why is he shouldn't be playing in this game. Right. So damn, too. I ain't heard that in a minute.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fabian. I'm sorry.
No, it's the same. That's my reason for the Kings. My Kings being so high. Also, number 3 is that the Vezenkov. I think Sasha Vezenkov was there. He came. Another guy, EuroLeague, 28 years old, and also OKC has Chet Holmgren. Same thing happened with Blake Griffin. I know Wemby's out there. He's a front runner for Rookie of the Year, but Chet Holmgren has a year in the league at least. Being around the team like that means something to me. Along with SGA being SGA, I think SGA has to maintain the same status. I think he just puts so much pressure on the defense, and they're very well coached. That guy might be front runner for Coach of the Year.
Good. Yeah, Mark Davenport. Yeah, Dagnall. Yeah, he might get Coach of the Year consideration.
Chet's gonna be exciting, man, to watch how he's gonna blend with that team.
And he doesn't have to be. There's no pressure on Chet, really. He doesn't have to be the star. He doesn't have to be the number two option. Right. And then of course, Jalen. Is it Jalen Williams? Because there's 2 of them. Flea, right?
Baby Kawhi.
I disagree. Chet has to be the number 2 option. It is pressure on him. I don't know where you get that from.
Jalen Williams from Santa Clara.
There's 2 Jalen Williams.
2. He's one of that. He's gonna be.
Jalen Williams from Santa Clara is really good.
I'm not saying they're not one of them. Don't do that. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Don't sit up here and tell me Chet is no pressure on him and he ain't supposed to be the second option. Yes, he does supposed to be the second option.
They got Josh Giddey too, man. He's really, really good.
No, I understand what 2 is saying. There would have been more pressure, I think, if SJ didn't have that season last year, right? If he's not that guy, all of a sudden you have to vie for is Chet Holmgren that guy? Now all of a sudden,
understand that.
Chet has to play. Who?
Chet Holmgren could be the 4th option. Just play good defense and hit open shots.
Yeah, but I think I feel you down, but he's too good to be the 4th option. Like that kid That kid, when he ascends, it'll be, if Shea is still there, it'll be Shea Chet.
I'm just talking about this year, not in the future. Just talking about this year.
What number was Chet drafted?
Second.
My point. What are you talking about? Fourth option, and he ain't the second best player, and there's no pressure. Are you kidding me?
But boss, what I'm saying, you're the number 2 pick. Imagine being like, well, Tim Duncan was number 1 pick. You just come into a team with an SGA is talked about being an MVP candidate now. SGA is getting all the looks from everybody around the country. It's SGA everybody talking about.
I never heard that.
ESPN had him top 10.
I ain't hear that.
They jumped out the window.
Exactly. Send it to me. I ain't hear that.
The media ain't talking about. They ain't talking about Chet like that. They talking SGA.
Sam Mitchell said he got Anthony Edwards as one of his MVPs. So that's why I know people jumping out there saying anything. Right.
So
these
but either way,
won't be good enough in my opinion. But continue.
Right. But I got Minnesota third, so he might. But whatever. Number 5. I got Golden State.
I got the Lakers. So
I got the Lakers. I got the Lakers as well.
Okay.
Me and Dom agreed on 2, on number 2 and number 5. That's weird. Me and Dom don't never really. That's a good thing, Dom. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
I got the Lakers 5 as well.
Oh, okay.
I think we're gonna see LeBron look old. Like I understand he's gonna have these spurts. Yeah, it's a long time,
21.
man.
It's 21.
Yeah, 21 seasons.
Unbelievable.
And as much as I was praising AD earlier, I don't believe in him. I don't believe in AD playing 82 games,
That's
70
why I don't
games.
like when you talk about Anthony Davis, because we know you don't fucking believe in him. But
he was talking about 2020 though.
I know, but he was
all world.
Yeah, he's specifically talking about that year. Yeah.
But you're still ridiculous. You're comparing him to Kobe, in my opinion. But let's give that for Wednesday.
You guys okay? Oh, we brought back the Kobe thing. You guys would be
I said we'll save that for Wednesday. Don't do this. Let's keep going.
I thought, okay, you're right. Can we move? I'm trying to move along here.
Number 6.
I'm move along here. Number 6.
Go ahead, Fabian.
Number 6, I got the Warriors, and I'm thinking about lowering them. And
I got the Warriors as well. I had them 7th before today, but then I heard the news about Steven Adams, so I bumped them up.
Same here. I had the Warriors number 7, but now see what happened with Memphis. Now I'll put them up to number 6.
I got Oklahoma City number 6.
I'm switching. I'm switching the Warriors for the Clippers as number 6. Fuck that. I don't believe in the Warriors. I think Clay out of his mind. He's older. Draymond Green was going to get exposed. I think they're done with his antics. You see how they said James Harden is playing his way out of the league? Draymond got one more of them kicks in somebody's chest.
But they got a full season with Wiggins.
True. Then that's the biggest difference maker. That's the biggest difference maker, that they'll have Wiggins. But the thing is, I think they're gonna there's gonna be a lot of load management to me. There's gonna be injuries. That big 3. It's just I have a hard time believing they can stay healthy. And then CP3, I'm so intrigued on seeing his fit. But there's a real conversation.
What it looks like.
Yeah, there's a real conversation. There's first of all, there's 2 big conversations to me though. One, CP3 and Steph on the floor sounds decent, but can they guard anybody? And then 2, when Draymond and Chris Paul are on the court, I don't necessarily is Chris Paul just going to stand on the wing basically while everyone runs around? I could see Chris Paul being a great trigger man, but Draymond Green is the trigger man. Because if Chris Paul has the ball,
he has to become a guy that can hit a spot up 3 now.
But fellas, y'all know Chris Paul is so-called starting because I think Draymond Green is not going to play the first couple games.
Right, but I was going to say that's a brewing conversation though. When Draymond comes back, who is coming off the bench? They haven't even addressed it. They haven't addressed it.
No, but listen, come on. We all know the game. We all watch the game. That Golden State Warriors team, Chris Paul coming off the bench is what's going to be their firepower. It's not going to be him starting.
Does he agree that he's going to come off the bench? Does he know that?
What do you mean? He ain't got no choice.
I don't think in this situation you can't even rub. Thank God you still have a job, Chris Paul.
Thank God you're a good player.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying at 38, 39, thank God that you still somebody still wants you to be able to contribute to the team is what I'm saying.
A title team. Yeah, don't get greedy.
Right. That's what exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't be the guy that says Steve Kerr, I don't know if I'm gonna become. No, nigga, come off the bench, lead these young guys, play with the second unit, play spot minutes with the first unit, just fit in.
But he can also down the stretch, he can still be in the game. Absolutely. So it's going to be a lot of games where he can finish the game as well. So he's going to get the minutes, he's going to get a good time, and he's going to be in games where it's going to be close and tight because he can still knock down a 3, he can hit free throws. So Nah, but he has to come off the bench. For them to be successful, he has to come off the bench. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking though about a lineup closing where they got Clay, Steph, and Chris Paul out there, bro. Oh man, all three of them you could target on defense these days.
But what about offense?
They'll be good. I just think Draymond and Chris Paul together, though, is a little weird. As Flea said, he has to be not just ready to hit, catch, and shoot threes, but he needs to be willing to shoot a lot of them.
To shoot.
Let's go, Fade. Tell us we bugging. Go ahead.
Listen. If they don't trade Chris Paul, they're not making the playoffs. Get them. Listen,
they're not making the play-in.
They're not making the They might make the play-in. All right, I'll be fair. They're making the
play-in.
play-in.
I didn't expect you to say that.
I love
that. That is fucking horrible. Listen. Remember, the CP3 acquisition is the same thing as getting D'Angelo Russell. That's the same. That's what they're looking forward to, is using that contract to get what is available out there. I don't even know. I don't know right now.
Let me ask you a question though, Fabian, and the rest of the panel too. We've watched since Chris Paul left the Clippers, right? Every organization that he's been a part of, they elevate, right?
Yeah, first year they did.
Houston Rockets are a conference finals team. He didn't play, but they are a conference final team because of his effect.
They were up 3-2 because of his effect.
They were a game away from the NBA Finals against a team that is Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. That's the KD Warriors, right? So he had that effect with them. OKC is a playoff team when he comes. Phoenix is in the finals when he comes.
Hold on. In that OKC first round, they went to 7 games.
7 games against his former team, the Rockets, right? So all I'm saying, maybe, and I just said a few minutes ago, so I know I don't want to be a hypocrite, but he's a little older, but the fact remains, everywhere he goes, he affects winning. So what kind of effect does he have on a team that is already dynastic, right? Like what does it look like?
Can I counter that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you were just getting into that. What do Chris Paul teams look like when they get to the second, third round? All right, now you guys are at this level. Chris Paul's a part of this. He doesn't do anything really to get them over that hill. He can get you competitive and elevate you.
This team is 4 championships in already. They know how to win.
That's my point. The guy, once you get the Rockets to this championship Western Conference, that's amazing. Okay, but what's the over the hump? What do we need to do? I don't know if he gets nervous. I don't know if it's the gods didn't bless him. I don't know. Phoenix, same thing. I get it. OKC, these are all projects that get you to a competitive level, even championship competitive level. All right, cool. But he's already proven in my mind he does need the Steph Curry and everybody to take over after that. But the Warriors don't need anything from CP3. I don't understand what they're going to learn from him. What the hell? And I heard Draymond Green saying that CP3 might unlock, what's our guy? Kuminga
and Moody. Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I don't think he has anything for us, man.
I mean, it's an extreme possibility. It's an extreme possibility. So maybe the effect that he does have is empowering the young guys, because he was able to do that everywhere he's going. Everywhere he's going, young guys have been empowered. So maybe he doesn't affect how they are on a winning, in terms of winning, but in terms of, like you said, unlocking Kuminga, unlocking Moody, and, empowering those guys, infusing confidence in those guys, because they need those guys now. These niggas is getting old.
But you know what? That's a good point, but I'm going to say, and I've been saying it for a while, I'm not high on Kuminga how everybody is and everybody was. I don't see it. And that's why they got rid of Wiseman. I hope it works with Wiseman in Detroit, but they're a little too high on Kuminga. When my opinion, they could have flipped that for something, because I don't see. So now maybe, hopefully, the Chris Paul effect would work with Kuminga and them young guys, and hopefully, we'll see what happens. But like I said, he has to come off the bench. He cannot be starting for no 82 games. No. That's not going to work. It's not going to work.
I think that's exactly what the win-win is for them. I think if he gets them looking decent, Kuminga looking decent, improving, you can trade both of them and get like some sort of high level. I don't even know who's available, but that's what I see. Like, there's no way they're winning a ring with CP3. They're not finishing top 4 with CP3. I think he's that much of a bug for them. They're going to clash. CP3, I can't see him being there by the end of the season. By the trade deadline, he's gone. No way CP3 is there.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Who we got as our first team that's just missing out on the playoff spots, but in the play-in? Number 7, I don't want to be right on this. I really hope they're lower. But I got Memphis, just because I don't see them dropping from 2 all the way lower. but no Steven Adams, no Brandon Clark till about March. I think Smart's going to be great. I think having Luke Kennard for the full season is going to be good. Lost Tyus Jones. So you have Rose now there. I think that'll be great for Rose. It's definitely a downgrade, though, to me, backup point guard wise. And Ja will be great again. Jaren Jackson will be great again. And Bane will be great again. I want to see if you can get some leaps from Jaren offensively, maybe be more of a go-to guy. Bane, I think he'll just keep getting better. I don't see anything huge, but I got them 7. I hope they're lower, but I got them 7.
I got the Clippers at 7.
That's a fair pick.
I had the Clippers at 8, but like I said, the Memphis thing, I had to drop some guys. So yeah, I have the Clippers at 7. Because once again, like you made a great point, Dom. If the Clippers are healthy, they can literally be from 1 to 8. But yeah, I got the Clippers at 7.
Westbrook gonna prove you wrong this season by being a good player.
I'm over Westbrook, bro.
Fabe, who you got at 7?
Timberwolves. I had to drop the Warriors. I had them 6 initially, but the more I kept talking to myself, my CP3 might ruin that team this year. And the Timberwolves, I'm with the Ant-Man thing. It's all riding on him, but to your point, Flea, Gobert, they were 500 with Gobert, even without Cat. They got to trade Cat. You got to trade him. And Timberwolves might be involved in that. CP3, you get him for his contract, maybe get Kuminga, and try to get something there because the Cat Gobert thing is not going to work. But Gobert they relied a lot more on him at the end of last season. And then you have that with Ant-Man. Again, we didn't talk enough about the Bucks in the Eastern Conference thing. That big man, little man, 1-2 punch is always great. And we need a resurgence from Gobert. Gobert can get some damn confidence in him. Defensively, they can do a lot. And I think you got to get rid of Cat because he's soft and he's just a spot up 3-pointer at this point. And I hate Dom, you know this. How you go left with your right hand, man? You're ashamed of the Dominican Republic.
I see Cat as a Knick at some point this year. I'm gonna be honest.
I would hate that.
I wouldn't love it.
I would say Randall over Cat at this point.
I'm just saying I wouldn't love it and I wouldn't hate it at the same time, but I could very well see the Knicks getting into something like that and Cat being in the Garden before the season's over.
All ball, you were advocating for Randall this hard, and you're saying you'd have Karl Anthony Towns over him?
Said that last year too.
For one, he said that last year as well.
I understand last year, but after Randall played like another 70+ game season, and Karl played 29.
Dom too been consistent with that. He would take Cat over.
When you have Karl Anthony Towns on your team, I can't wait for All Ball's Instagram lives then, because it's gonna be so slanderous. It'll be hilarious. I can't wait to see what he really does.
Well, listen, man, I'm not turning down a 7-footer with that skill set. I'm sorry.
It doesn't maximize his talent to me. He's the most frustrating player in the NBA for me.
For a guy that was 25 and 12 for the early portion of his career, and then when it's time to shine, when it's time to take that turn.
Well, y'all gotta remember. All right, I'm not making excuses, but we gotta forget the pandemic took a lot out of that young man. We know what happened. Lost some family members. Then injury. So I'm just saying, and then we had Jeff. I listened to Big Shot Jeff Teague, love his podcast. You know,
I heard Jeff Teague. I heard what he said.
I'm just saying. And the only thing Jimmy Butler had to say about him was he didn't have heart. They didn't say anything about his skill set.
That might be worse in my eye.
Right. That's for y'all.
When you lack the motor, when you lack the sense of urgency, when you lack the ambition. Give a fuck how good you are. Dude, it doesn't look as good because you dragging ass up and down the floor.
Right now, I'm trading Karl Anthony Towns for Randall right now.
Here's the thing: niggas don't look at Julius like a lick. They look at Cat. He's a lick.
Okay.
And B looks at him. Oh, this nigga's a lick. All right.
He's a healthy Cat.
Okay.
I got Denver 7, by the way.
That might be the most insane take you've had all night.
You got Denver. You got Denver where?
Shocked. You don't have Denver making the playoffs outright?
In the play.
You think Bruce Brown is that big? The best player in the world.
I just think some teams are gonna be better.
Flea, let me ask you a question. Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Clippers.
No, wait. Let me ask you a question because I'm not mad at that. Let me ask you a question. Are you saying that because you don't expect Gordon to play as well as he did? Like, it's hard to duplicate that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why. it's not the Bruce Brown effect. I got what you're saying, Dom. Like, I'm not like saying Bruce Brown is this astronomical player that you take him off a team and now your team is just dog shit. What I'm saying though is that historically, from what we've seen, when you don't add to your team and you just stay pat, you don't continue to be great. Every great team, all the dynasties, they've all done things to tweak and do this and do that and pick and pluck and pick and figure out what we got to do to stay good. I think for me, their best player is modest, but the rest of that team is still riding on the high of winning a championship. I don't think that they've turned the page yet and figured out, hey, new season, that shit don't matter no more. So that's why I think Denver is not gonna be as great. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe they need to be in the top 6, but I damn sure don't got them number 1 in the Western Conference. They're not gonna be number 1 this year. Hell,
I agree with that. I don't think they're gonna be number 1.
We'll see. You still get 70 games out of Jokic, man. And if Murray's there with him, they're like impossible to guard, man. What happens when
Jokic goes down?
That's a real thing, but we just haven't seen Jokic have any serious injury yet. So that's why I'm not banking on it. But at least they have Murray now, unlike before.
The body type says that it could happen. He's not one of those he doesn't have the body of an Adonis. Like,
right, but he doesn't get off the ground, so I feel like he lowers his chance of injury. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't move fast.
You slick. I like that. You slick.
I like
that. I like that.
I want to run these 2 stats by you. Yeah. The Nuggets are 351 and 246 with Jokic in the lineup. The Nuggets are also 237 and 150 with Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, and Aaron Gordon in the lineup, and with Nikola Jokic. That is not a 7th seed. That is not a 7th seed. They're a top 4 minimum.
They might have the best starting lineup still in the league because they haven't changed it. And
hold on.
They got the best 1-2 punch in the league. Damn near. It's them versus the Bucks as the 1-2 punch.
You gotta be able to do this on a consistent level. You got to. We know Joker can do it on a consistent level. I want to see the rest of the guys around him do it consistently.
But the only guy I gotta do more consistent is Jamal Murray. That's it. He got to prove he can stay on the court.
And that's the second best player. So show me. Just show me. You asked me where I got him. This is where I got him. And I told you.
But Flea, hold on. But Flea made a good point. History does say that when you win a championship, if you don't add.
But they're not okay. But hold
on. They subtracted. They didn't add.
When did that happen in history?
You telling me
the 06 Miami Heat beat Dallas, right? They beat Dallas. They come back. Mm-hmm. They did nothing in the offseason.
And they were still the 5 seed, by the way.
No. In 07, I don't even think they made the playoffs.
No, they were 5 seed and got swept by the Bulls. I remember.
Okay, so they were right. So okay, cool. But what I'm saying is the start of that entire season was a disaster. They lucky they made the 5 seed. They started that season, did the ring ceremony in Chicago, who swept them
by 60,
beat them by 40 on national TV. Like, there's a lot. We talk about Golden State. Golden State wins in 2015. They come back in 2016 at 73-9. They're up 3-1 in the NBA Finals, right?
This doesn't help your case, Flea, but continue.
Right.
Listen to what I'm saying. Did they win?
No, but that's a different argument, right? I totally agree that when teams don't add.
I'm just making my point. Y'all asked for times in history where teams had to add to be better. They had to go get Drexler after the 94 win. They were not going to win back-to-back. They were a 6 seed. They were not going to be that good. They had to do something to make them better. So they went and got Clyde, and they were able to go back-to-back in that year. Chicago was dog shit. They was getting beat by Orlando because they lost that piece of Horace Grant and didn't add anything. They wanted to elevate Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc wasn't that piece. So what did they do? They go and get Dennis Rodman. Now we got another 3P. So every team in history, San Antonio, another team, they have 3 or 4 iterations of that team. You know why they never won back-to-backs? Because they couldn't figure out how to consistently be great. So, okay, I got to pick and pluck. I got to figure out what mix and match, what works. every San Antonio team that won all 5 championships, besides Tony Parker and Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, the rest of those teams are different. The 99 team is different from 03. I mean, from 02. Yeah. I mean, from 03, from 05, from 07, from 14. Like, these teams are different. So all I'm saying is that you got to change some shit up. You got to add. What did Draymond say? The league was catching up to us. They was figuring us out. You got to add. That's all I'm saying. Denver's no exception. Joker ain't the best player of all time to be thinking that, okay, we could just roll him out again and we're going to win 55, 60 games. I don't think so.
My only pushback is I agree with what you're saying when it comes to repeating as a champion when you don't add. But I don't think your fall from grace is going to be that drastic. Like all these teams you're mentioning, like they still were pretty good. Like even San Antonio in 08, they made it to the conference finals. They were 3rd seed. So that's why I think, and plus Denver just their whole starting lineup is basically in their prime outside of MPJ, who's a younger player, and they just play such good basketball, man. Like I just don't think that they're cohesion.
No disagreement here.
So I think they'll be top. Number 7 is very crazy. I wonder how off that'll be, but the biggest thing is if Jokic gets injured, they could be number 7.
I'm just glad Flea was ready with his rant. It was wonderful. It will be definitely a short, but I'm just saying to go from champions to go from champions to fighting for your playoff life, not happening. Wow. That has never happened. And the Miami Heat.
What did the 09 Celtics add? I don't feel like they added anything.
But number 7 is not really fighting for your play. Like
now it is. Now that's playing too.
Of course.
Yeah, but
it's like a wild card.
Playing. Right.
Now it's playing. Now you got to play. Now you got to win at least one game before the playoffs.
OKC better than Denver? That's like that's a hot take.
I'm outside.
Minnesota.
Who we got at number 8?
Wait. Oh yeah. Did you say your number 7, Fabian?
I said Timberwolves.
Okay,
and I have I switched Warriors to 8 just to
okay.
Oh really? Okay. I got New Orleans at 8.
I like that.
I got them at 9.
I got Dallas at 8.
Okay. I have the
Mavericks. That's the super group.
I got the Thunder. You guys have already said them. Flea said 4th seed? No. 6, and Fabian said 4th.
4th.
So I'm gonna go with who was your 3rd seed again, Fabian? Sacramento?
Yeah.
And 2 was Phoenix. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go with OKC. 8th seed. I think the reason why I go with them over New Orleans, I actually think New Orleans might be better, but I can rely on their health more. The Zion and Brandon Ingram, man, they don't ever play together. So like I love New Orleans. They're actually the only team in the West, besides the Clippers, I really like them. Like I root for them because I like Brandon Ingram a lot. And I low-key like Zion a lot too. He respects the history of the game. So I love that.
I love Herb Jones.
Herb Jones is awesome.
I love Herb Jones.
And I think CJ McCollum, man, he's had a very underrated career. Just like we got a perfect culprit.
Good career.
Ball that discredits him with Portland.
Man.
But I got OKC. I think Josh Giddey's awesome. I think SGA is awesome. Chet is going to make a difference. Lou Dort. It's a good starting lineup. Their bench is a little but I'm going to go with 8 because they were 10th last year. I see them taking a step up. The only thing is, I was thinking about it earlier. If SGA gets hurt, are they in real trouble? But Giddey is still such a good playmaker. And they still have Jalen Williams from Santa Clara who was showing some playmaking chops as well. So I think they actually still might be okay. So I got them 8.
SGA injury.
Who you got 8? 2?
It would be significant.
But 8th, I got Dallas.
Okay, so Dallas, OKC, Golden State, New Orleans. Right? You had Golden State number 8, right, Fabian?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Sacramento 9. I know y'all don't like that.
Wow.
That's why I have them.
Who's 8?
I had New Orleans 8.
Oh, okay.
I got Sacramento 8. I think I explained this earlier. I just think some things are gonna catch up to them. I don't know if they're like that yet.
It's either the teams are not going to take for granted, so they're going to get humbled, or they have confidence now that they were great and they're going to still be awesome because they're used to winning now. It's either one of those two.
One of the two. I'm leaning on the former. We're gonna see.
If Sabonis got a mid-range this summer, they'll be fine. But we'll see. That's a big if.
That's why
Keegan Murray, young player.
That's the only reason why I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Flea, because I'm so disgusted with Sabonis. Like, you don't understand how hyped that was when I saw that team during the regular season. Because Sabonis was hitting that elbow jump. I can't believe it. Him and Bam, they better have worked on that all summer. Because that might change their whole trajectory of the team for both of them.
At least Bam, though, averaged 20 in the finals. Like, he low-key did his shit in the finals.
Yeah, Sabonis was terrible in that first round, man. He couldn't hit shit.
Ugly, man. That was
Miami wins that finals. Bam is finals MVP. Just wanted to tell you that too. Not Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. But if they win the finals, they might have needed more of Jimmy Butler.
Oh no. Listen,
we could speed past this though, because the last for me, I got fight number 10 and 11. Here's my surprise.
Who's your 9?
Who's your 9?
You said Pelicans.
Okay.
I got Minnesota.
Okay. I got the Pelicans 9th. So me, Flea, and Fabian have them either 8th or 9th.
I got OKC 10.
I got Dallas 10th.
I got Dallas 10.
I got
the Jazz 10.
And then 11.
What? Don, relax.
Hold on.
Yo, one day we're gonna do a deep dive on why Dom dislikes the Utah Jazz.
That's personal.
We got to do a deep dive on that. We got to find
that deep dive. I can explain it to you in 45 seconds. They have statues of a rapist and an anti-vaxxer up front of their stadium.
Done. You're good. You're good with me. You're good with me. I'm good.
Carlos, Boozer, and Okura and Kirilenko. That team was a bunch of assholes too. And I don't like Gobert either.
Great explanation, Dom. Thanks.
Well, yeah, let's run down. Like I said, so what we at 10? Yeah, because I love that rant. That was beautiful. I want us to get to the Kyrie thing real quick before we get out of here. But
wait, time out though. Who's the team that you guys all have missing the playoffs and the playing in the West that is like debated? Like the top 11, there's one team that's missing out.
Right. So for
I don't have Memphis making the playoffs at all.
Oh,
yeah, I got them out.
Wow.
I got them out now. Yeah,
I got Memphis out. See, I got Minnesota out.
I have Memphis. Hold on.
I would love if you guys are right though.
I have Memphis I got Dallas at 8. I have Minnesota at 9. I have Memphis at 10. I have OKC missing the play-in at 11.
Okay.
At 11, I have the Spurs. I think they got a chance to make the play-in.
Where's Dallas?
Dallas, I got the Grizzlies at number 12, and they might even be lower. Steven Adams and the other kid, was it Brandon Clark?
Yeah, but we saw them just take the Lakers to 6 games with that, and they got
25 games without your star. I mean, granted, they did well without him, but you have Marcus Smart.
Can they go 11 and 14?
I don't know. I don't know. Derrick Rose is your backup, so they're my number 12.
They're going to start smart. They're going to start smart though. Smart, Baines, Zaire Williams, Jackson, and probably Tillman. God, that's not a very good team.
Where you going to get your shooting from? With like.
Low-key, fuck it. I'm going Memphis 11. Let's go. I don't like that. You want to do a real deep dive. Memphis is another team I don't like. But
another reason I got the Spurs 11.
That's because they used to kick up on your Clippers.
It was 1-1. We beat them once. They beat us once, but yes.
I got the Spurs 11 because Sohan and Vassell and Keldon Johnson. Nobody's talking about them. And you got Wemby in there. The speed that they're gonna have and that the West Coast has in general, that's what keeps them in games against the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Suns and the King and the Suns and Nuggets are there because of veteran leadership and they're really good, right? But the Spurs have that speed that kills all those veterans. That's why the Lakers lose out of these games. The Lakers should have lost to the Grizzlies easily, but John Morant was a nutcase.
Sohan is good, right? And
that's Baby Robin.
I saw the lineup that they're gonna roll out in the first 5, dude. And again, Sohan is good, but I would just much rather have a point guard in there during Wembanyama's
Trey Jones.
Season. Like I would rather, whatever point guard you find, but I would rather a guy who's handling the ball and can get Wemby in spots that makes him successful as a rookie. That's gonna be tough.
Here's my question for Fabian though. But before you got Spurs 11, can you name 3 players on their bench without looking?
No.
They got the greatest
That's my
coach,
issue with San Antonio. That's only my issue. Yeah, they do.
But they got the greatest coach of all time, though.
Can you name 3? Can you name 3 players off the Mavs bench?
Of course I could. Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr. Now Dwight Powell's coming off the bench.
Tim Hardaway,
Lively got Powell the fuck out.
Maxi Kleba, Derek Jones Jr. It's not a good bench by any means, but I just named you 6. But that's Dallas. You feel me? Like, of course I know because they have Luka and Kyrie Irving.
I got them 13th.
So then Luka and Kyrie Irving ain't shit then if they're 13.
They're gonna clash. I don't see them being a good team. That super offense, no defense. I like the Nets with a super defense and figuring a way out on offense. I don't like.
They're gonna get Jason Kidd fired this year.
Why? Exactly. Thank you.
Do you think
that's my favorite point guard ever? Fired.
They're gonna get Kidd fired this year.
What do you think about
Kidd? Ain't looking good with the coaching, man. If he get fired right here, look what happened with Milwaukee. Got him out of there. They win.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Facts.
Yeah,
damn.
Done.
Go ahead, Dom. I'm sorry, Dom.
What about the additions of Grant Williams, Derek Jones Jr., and now Josh Green really is going to be able to be that main guy for them that can guard a little bit because Dorian Finney-Smith is not there anymore. So it's a big year for Josh Green, man. Huge.
I got Dallas at 8. Like I said, I'm not. Y'all guys are kind of down on them, but I'm being honest.
I got them 9 now. So I'm the fuck out of here. So Minnesota's 10th.
I think Grant Williams, that's a big addition. He can play defense. He can hit that corner 3. But like I said, now Kyrie and Luka get a full training camp, get a full season together. Like I said, I think they're gonna make it work, to be honest. But I'm gonna say this: I don't see them staying together long, though.
Can they last this full season?
Yeah, but I think Luka doesn't stay a Dallas Maverick.
Wow, that'd be a tough loss for Dallas. But this season he's gonna be so. All ball, what do you think?
Stay there. Hold on, but we're gonna stay there and go with the Kyrie Luka thing or no?
Okay, so 3 of us think Luka's the best player on the Mavs, but since Kenyon Martin said Kyrie Irving is the best player on the Mavs, all ball agrees. Explain.
No, I said that before. Let's not do that. Let's not give Kenyon Martin all the props. I said that before Kenyon Martin.
Props, okay.
Yeah, I said that before Kenyon Martin.
Well, props for both of you for being wrong, but continue.
Luka is great. The way people discuss him, Baby Bird. When I say overrated, of course he's not overrated, but Kyrie dribbles better, shoots better, finishes with both hands better.
True.
We've seen him in the clutch on the highest stage that you can ever be on. I don't care how long ago it was. We know what happened after that. Things didn't work out for him. Personal reasons, whatever it was. It was some things that happened in Boston. It was some things that happened in Brooklyn. Things behind the scenes that's not an excuse. But his skill set is probably the best skill set in the NBA. Luka hasn't shown me anything. As great as he is, Brunson played a big part in that Western Conference run. We always tend to forget that. When people go, oh, Luka went to the conference finals. Yeah. But Brunson was there next to him. All I'm saying is Kyrie Irving is a better basketball player than Luka Doncic. To me, it's not even close. It's not even close.
No way. I mean, if it was just one-on-one, I think everything you said is valid. But Luka, I mean, his passing is insane. He's 6'7", like 240, man. Like he has the ability to see over your defense. The same way LeBron can create a good shot for you every single time down. Luka can create an open shot for you every single time down the pick and roll.
That's not true.
Yes, he can. How can he not?
Because he holds the ball for too long. He does not have the same court vision as LeBron, and I hate that comparison.
I hate the Larry Bird comparison. He's James Harden 2.0.
Luka has
that's a lie. James Harden gets the ball for at least the first play of the shot clock. At least he'll try to get the alley-oop. That's what I'm saying. Houston James Harden is passing the ball earlier than James Harden. James Harden is leaving you with more grenades. Luka's leaving you with more grenades. I think Luka is. You talk about a ball stopper. He's the ultimate version of Carmelo and all these guys. Like
he's a ball stopper, but he still can get a good shot for you I've had my team play against him twice. Like they get a good shot every time. Even if it's Luka contested step back, it might not be a very high percentage shot, but that shit scares the living daylights out of you, man. Sometimes, like it's still a decent shot for him. That step back.
His skill is not going to age well. Like that. Like
what?
He's very young.
Okay. Enough now.
No, hold on. Wait. Listen. Hold on. Relax, bro. I'm talking about Luka at 23, 24 who can get away with this now. In 3 or 4 years, he can't do that. What is he going to do?
3 or 4
get away with what? Get away with
trying to pass out of a triple team and leave a ball in your hands in the corner pocket as he usually does. That's not winning basketball. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm not saying that Kyrie's better by any. I'm talking about the skill that you brought up that was so dynamic. That isn't.
Luke, no, you're sleeping. You're so asleep. If this was the case, we would have smacked the fuck out of Dallas 2 years in a row. But they took us to the brink when Kawhi was at his apex with no star. There was no good Brunson at this point.
This is what I'm saying. Brunson was good at a moment. That's how he got.
The last year he was awesome, but
like with the Knicks he was good. But we talked with his.
No, tenure, I mean the last year with Dallas.
Yeah, his tenure with Dallas. It's not like he got drafted and was great as soon as he touched the floor. Like no. He had to ascend as well and get better. He wasn't what he was in the Western Conference Finals that whole time. So Luka had a running mate or some shit. Luka has had subpar teams for the most part of his career, and he's been to the playoffs several times. Deep runs in the playoffs several times.
One deep run, Flea. Don't do that.
Tell me the deep run Kyrie Irving has done by his dolo.
Facts.
Luke ain't do that by himself.
Come on.
What are you talking
about? Luka is not a better shooter.
Listen, y'all can do that. Y'all can.
But see, you're cutting off the pass. Like you're acting like Luka's not an infinitely better passer than Kyrie.
What has Luka done without Jalen Brunson?
Oh my God, that's very ironic coming from a Kyrie Irving defender.
What has Luka done? It's just a simple question.
Kyrie Irving never played with LeBron. You would never value him in the light that we do.
What did Luka do without Kyrie Irving? I mean, do without Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson got replaced by Kyrie Irving, and you asking what did he do without Jalen Brunson? He lost next to Kyrie Irving.
Once again, Kyrie didn't play a whole year. He came half of the year, whatever he came. Don't do that, Flea. He came with like 15 games left in the season, Flea.
But see, this is what Fish is saying is very valid,
that was
bro.
Crazy.
What Fish is saying is very valid. You guys are not accounting for it. Luka is. I've been in the third row at a game with him. 6'7", 240, bro. Anyone that's 6'5" or under, he'll post up. He posts up Mikal Bridges. For God's sake, you have to be a certain size to guard Luka in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. Like
just
the mere fact.
Zero. He plays zero defense.
Okay, but Kyrie's not that much better defensively.
He plays zero.
But the year that he went to the conference finals,
But neither does Kyrie. You said zero, like you about to add one next to Kyrie. Kyrie plays one or two, like
one is more
next to Kyrie.
But one is more than zero.
He ain't got one. He's 0-2.
I'm just saying.
He's a cone. That nigga Kyrie a cone.
Okay, when he's trying, right? It's when Kyrie and Luka are trying, they're passable. They're both not that good. But Kyrie,
wait, no.
I'm gonna roll
when Kyrie tries, he's a
guy that's gonna be able to defend better than a guy who is maybe 6'2" on his best day and not nowhere near as strong as this dude.
I don't think
I'm gonna go with
the Fabian was strong.
What?
Were you gonna say the same that Luka's size when he tries as much, like he can be a better defender than Kyrie? Or are you gonna say Kyrie?
No, I don't. Yeah, I've seen Luka try, and it's horrible. He's horrible defensively, but I've seen Kyrie.
He tried and it was fine.
I've seen Kyrie lock up James Harden when he got traded to. I've seen him do that before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Okay. When I sent you the video,
he put the clamps on.
It was not one possession. It was not one possession because what happened was they were talking about it in the Brooklyn Nets practices that Kyrie would get on him.
Make sure
that's what was going on.
Make sure you
please.
Like somebody against Philly. You're talking about the game against Philly, right? Where Harden laid an egg.
But that's because I'm not.
Make sure you send me a montage of Kyrie Irving. With plenty defensive stops.
See?
I don't want to say that. I want to. Okay. Now let's go. We're talking about strictly defense, right? Now let's go to the Luka Doncic lockdown. Who? Lockdown what?
No,
not
Kyrie
even a door. Not even a door. Stop it. Not even his car door. Stop it. With the Luka Doncic defense, it's not close.
I hate when you.
What am I doing?
You're advocating for a side in an argument where you're not even on. Okay, he's a better defender by a little bit. You think Luka's way better than him, don't you?
Yes. He's better.
Stop doing this shit, man. We got to time.
Hold on. He's way better. He's way. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
I think he's way better right now.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. There's Hall of Famers and great players, professionals, that have said, and we've said it as well. I consider us professionals. That's right. That Kyrie Irving is top 5, some say top 3 greatest talent of all time.
That's fine.
And Luka is way better than him.
Mm-hmm. Luka gets let's call a spade a spade. Luka gets hate because he's white. Let's keep it real. He gets a lot of hate.
That's the first time you've gone that route.
No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna call a spade right now. He gets some hate because he's white and he's unapologetic. He's unapologetic about how good he is. So a lot of niggas don't like the fact that he's just unapologetically good.
I think all ball hates the hype train.
And so he brings that attitude.
The hype train is crazy.
The hype train is crazy, but again,
there's no hype train behind him. Luka is like
Luka got a fan base.
And he's fucking good. It's no reason why people should.
I'm just telling you this right now, all ball. Do you value Kawhi Leonard on defense?
Not how I used to.
Well, you shouldn't because he's not what he was in San Antonio, but he's still a very good defender one-on-one. But Luka, man, sometimes you can't do anything about him.
I don't know if he's a very good defender one-on-one no more. I'm being honest, man.
He's good. Okay, fine. He's good. But before the Achilles tear, 2021, 2020, he was still pretty good. And Luka was still giving it to him at times, man.
Okay, that happens to everybody. All great defenders get fried sometimes. I'm not saying
Luka fries everybody every single night. That's the thing.
All right, but this is what I don't understand, right?
He's averaging 30 points. Why isn't Kyrie average 30, by the way, if he's the most skilled this and that? Because Luka's 6'7", 240.
He did average 30.
He never averaged 30 in his
life.
Averaged
30 points in the league. But
never.
Luka.
Yeah,
also,
don't waste your time looking that one up.
But you guys are ignoring how big of a factor pick and roll is in the NBA. It's all pick and roll basketball now. And Luka is a god in the pick and roll. He gets you a good shot every time. I'm telling you.
So let me ask you a question. You have guys like Dame Lillard who gets their teams to the playoffs year in, year out, averages 30. You have guys like Trae Young who get their teams to the playoffs year in, year out, averages a double-double. You have guys like Kyrie Irving, championship. We see what he do on the big stage. You have guys like Luka. Why is Luka that much better than these guys? Like why? Why?
This last season is going to be a black mark with Luka because people are going to hold it against him a lot, it seems. And you know what? That's fair. Not making the playoffs in a 10-team
He gave up.
Did he give up, though? The organization gave up for that pick. They got Derek Lively now, though, man. Maybe he's a better starting center than Dwight Powell. Might have been worth it. But I don't like the mentality. I agree with you. But shit, they weren't going to do anything. They couldn't guard anybody. You know what I'm saying? They weren't gonna win a series.
Fleet, let me ask you a question, Fleet.
Yep.
Luka Doncic, let's say through his tenure, when it's all said and done, if he has no championships or no MVPs, how do we look at Luka?
He's younger than me, all ball. It's so far from now to even think about this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, that would be
put up answering the question.
That would be grossly underachieving.
Yeah, it would.
That would be grossly underachieving. That would be something would have to happen though, right? For that not to happen. Like for him not to ever win an MVP.
Yeah,
like,
that's more real. The championship is the best player.
The championship, like that championship is tough to like predict. Braun didn't get the championship for 9 years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough.
But Fleet, right. But why I asked that, right? What year does this make Luka?
Like 6.
Okay, can I just ask all ball something real quick?
Yes.
Okay. The first season that Luka was on the Mavericks, nobody expected him to make the playoffs, right? Is that fair that he missed the playoffs that year?
That's Dirk's final year, right?
Right, with Dennis Smith. That was a bad team, right?
Yeah,
fair he missed the playoffs.
It wasn't a good team.
Okay.
Second year, when they got Porzingis, he not only made the playoffs and improved them that much, but they went to the 5th seed and took my Clippers to 6 games. And we have Paul George, Kawhi, Lou Williams, Montre. We had 4 guys averaging 18-plus points a game with all this playoff experience, and he had me like shitting myself. Dude.
And they were losing their minds on how to defend. Y'all were losing your minds on how to defend that dude.
Luka's giving Clipper fans a lot of stress. Like if Clipper fans that are tuning into this live, comment on what you think of what all ball's saying because we know this guy better than anybody.
That was no.
He had us down.
I guarantee
I guarantee y'all. Anytime Dallas played the Clippers in the playoffs, nobody picked the Dallas Mavericks to beat y'all in the playoffs. Stop it.
Absolutely. And he almost did twice. Almost. And the thing
is, they won in 6. How that's almost?
Okay, the second
we were game down, 7?
We were down 2-0 the following year and lost both games at home, bro. He had us almost done with Ty Lue as our coach. The second game I went to, bro, right? It was one of the craziest experiences for me because like we're down 1-0. We have Kawhi and Paul George healthy. This team, this is before Brunson broke out. So they really have Luka, Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Tim Hardaway is their starting lineup. And they were up 2-0 on us. This motherfucker came down the court. He's dictating the whole game, picking and choosing whoever guards him and is dominating, and he's finding open guys every possession. This motherfucker came down the court and shot a one-legged three with 15 on the shot clock and made it, bro. And I was like, dude, this
Dom,
guy
just because you yelled, they lost the series, Dom.
it doesn't matter. The
You can
point
say
is,
all that. They lost the series.
but Kyrie Irving is never instilling fear into a team like that when he's the only star with no other co-star ever.
Never, and he never
He
will.
can't.
And he never will.
And I don't think like Trae Young. Like, let's be honest,
he doesn't have the physically imposing game. His skill set is amazing. His talent is amazing. But when Kyrie steps on the floor and it's just him, I take my chances when I run out with my 5.
And
he's going to be great.
To
He's going to
answer
be
this-
great. He's not going to make everybody else around him great, and he's not going to beat us by himself.
Let's say you have Trae Young and switch Luka with Trae Young on that 2021 Mavs team. Against my Clippers with Kawhi, Paul George, Terrence Mann, Patrick Beverly. You think that Trae Young would even win 2 games off of us? Because we got the size to throw at Trae Young. Against Luka, the problem is you have to put Kawhi and Paul on him or else he's going to score.
Trae Young just won 2 games at Boston. They got Jaylen Brown and they got Tatum.
Yeah, they did. And I think that Missoula was a little bit the Celtics are playing with their food. But okay, here's the thing though, right? They won 2 games off of them, but they were down 3-1. And then Trae Young went off in that game. But never in that series did you ever think that the Celtics were going to lose. That's the difference with the Clippers. We were down 2-0 and lost both home games. Huh?
That's not true.
You thought the Celtics were going to lose?
Yeah, look what they did to the Miami Heat.
Bro,
listen, the Celtics.
No, but you're talking about the future now. You're like, oh, look at the Heat. No,
you said you never thought they were going to lose. You said
yes, in the moment. If
you trade Trae Young for Luka Doncic that year, would they win? He could have got a game or 2. He just snatched
a
from
game
Boston,
or 2 is different than pushing us to the brink. He had us down.
Dog, you just asked a couple questions. Luka Doncic has to prove himself. Yes, he led his team in all stats when he went to the Western Conference Finals. I get all that. He still has to prove himself. Do I think he's better than Kyrie?
But see, you're on the same page as me. Don't argue about something we're on the same page.
No.
Clearly
we're on the same page, but you're making it seem like Luka Doncic is on this level, comparing him to LeBron, comparing him to Larry Bird, comparing him to all this.
So let me ask you a question.
This is how he's compared. This is how he's compared, and it's sickening because Luka has to prove himself. That shit y'all were talking about? Well, he passes out of the double team, and it's incredible. No, it's not incredible what he does. That's not incredible.
Yes, it is incredible what he does.
Claim it a series and call me back. Claim it a series and call me back.
They traded everybody, and Jalen Brunson included. The Dallas Mavericks are doing a horrible job by surrounding him.
He begged for help. Let's not forget that.
And this is something else all balls wrong about. That's why they're going to be out of the playoffs. You can't have Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic and this lineup around them. Luka needs a lot of help to make up for that defense and the way he passes the ball like that on offense. That's not a winning formula. That's the part.
He's a bad passer?
I'm not saying he's a bad passer. What makes it bad is that why are you passing the ball that late? It's just like what I hate about Cole shooting over 3 or 4 people.
Okay, so
that's not good for team.
Trae Young, there's a lot of guys that do that late assist hunting shit. He's not the only one that does it.
Okay,
it's not assist hunting. It's not assist hunting. You're taking on 2 or 3 guys because you want to dribble 45,000 times and you can't get anything because you're not that athletic. Give the ball up and learn how to work ball.
You're literally acting like he struggles one-on-one to get past players. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying
gets by anybody.
My thing with Melo was Melo got it. He's massaging the shit. He's pounding the shit. And then he's making, you know what I'm saying? Get the ball, make a move in 3 seconds. Luka is not getting the shit and not knowing what the fuck to do with it. And like you said, I heard what you said. And the ball is a grenade now. And he's just giving it off to somebody to take a bad shot with 3 seconds left in the shot clock. That's not what's happening. They get a lot of movement in that.
So what's happening?
No, they do not. I don't think they get.
No, they do not. Thank you. What are you talking about? They do not get. Thank you. There's a lot of one-on-one play with Luka.
They are crazy. They just watch Luka dribble the ball all the time, but he's still getting good shots.
That's why you got to.
They're not.
They're totally stagnant. That's why you needed when Brunson was there. You had Dorian Finney-Smith. You had other guys there to play defense.
They're stagnant, but we're talking about guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Spencer Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson is a 2nd-round pick. Let's keep it real.
I haven't heard one passer. You didn't mention not one passer right now. What are you talking about?
I'm making a point.
The Dallas team.
I'm making a point. Hold on.
You're making my point.
No, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, he has mediocre talent, and the mediocre talent actually looks really, really good better than they would anywhere else next to him. I'm saying that he's putting a guy like Tim Hardaway Jr., like Spencer Dinwiddie, like Dorian Finney-Smith, like these guys like that in position to even look good.
Yeah, which, bro, I think you're forgetting, guys, that Kawhi Leonard had the best game in Clipper history to avoid elimination against them. We were down 3-2 in the series going to Dallas, and Kawhi literally had the best game of his entire career. Remember that 45-point game?
I do.
Who won?
I do.
Yeah, because Kawhi had to go nuclear. My point is they were this close.
Hold on.
Not the same as Trae Young against Boston, bro. They were down 3-1. He had an amazing shot.
All right.
They got him the fuck out of their next game.
Let me say this just real quick. Let's just say Luka got 10 more years in the league at a high level, right? Let's look at the guys that's still going to be in the league. You got Giannis. You got guys like Devin Booker. You got Sacramento and Fox and them guys.
Giannis will be like 40 in 10 years. What you mean?
Guys are still playing till that age.
Oh, okay. But not many of them are always great at that age.
I'm saying for Luka to win a ring, he's going to have to team up with another superstar.
Like they've all done.
Time out.
All right.
Like they've all done.
No timeout. There's a superstar on his team, according to you. Why they can only be the 9th seed? Kyrie Irving.
Well, that's when he loses me. That's when you lose me.
Once again,
he's not good enough.
That team is not good. That team is not good enough to go to the championship. Because Luka is not who y'all continue to say he is.
Oh, okay. So not
watch this. Watch
who's the third best player on this team?
All right, watch this. I guarantee LeBron on that team, they going to the chip.
This LeBron right now.
LeBron 3-4 years. LeBron 3-4 years ago, because this is who they compare Luka to. This is who they try to say he is who he is. LeBron 2-3-4 years ago with Kyrie in that team is going to the championship.
Not in the Western Conference. Fuck no.
Okay.
No way.
Okay.
Not in the West.
I don't know.
Okay.
Listen, hold
Kevin Love on that Cleveland team.
Just to piggyback off what he just said, Kyrie is not who everyone says he is. Everyone says he is, and neither is Luka. They have to prove themselves. That's why Dallas is not. How do you have those? None of us expect Dallas to finish in the top 4. We have not yet mentioned that. And these are two superstars.
I don't know. They got one superstar and an all-star.
If Memphis, if Ja had a 10-game suspension, Dallas wouldn't make my playoffs this year.
You're 10th. You have him 10th?
No, I said if
no, I'm saying you have him 10th right now, though.
I have Dallas 10th right now.
But now Flea, what does that now? That's my point. What does that say about Luka? So what I'm saying is we can't sit up here brag and boast about Luka, but then some of us don't even have him making the play-in. Well, if Ja Morant wasn't suspended.
Well, for me, this conversation was centered around because we was having a conversation offline. Is Luka better than Kyrie and vice versa? So for me, the conversation is more so centered around that. But if we're really talking about like, where we got Luka in terms of how he affects winning, it's clear as day that since he's been on the team, like they've been a playoff team, but they just haven't got to that place where we think he should be because of who he's being compared to. When you're called Baby Bird and being compared to LeBron and all of that, Bird came in the league and won Rookie of the Year and was in the finals in year 2, won the championship in year 2. Bron is in the finals in year 4. Like, if he's getting compared to these kind of guys, Magic is winning championships as a rookie, right?
Spin, though. He shouldn't be compared to them.
I know that. I'm just saying.
But let's also be, but quite honest, though. This last season was a little bit of a black mark. Before this last season, those first 4 years, man, at least I'm younger, but there's not that many guys.
Not many better.
It's only Kevin Durant and LeBron for my time. Literally, that's it.
Can I ask you a question?
Durant.
Right now, ask all y'all, is he better than Tatum and Booker right now?
I think he's better than Booker, but I don't think he's better than Tatum. But I still think it's arguable. Booker,
all in the same conversation.
He owned. This man owned the Suns and took their souls away in 2022. That was, and I don't think he's gotten any worse.
I got Tatum winning MVP this year, so I got Tatum better than both.
I like that.
None of them. Listen, anytime you compare LeBron, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, these are perimeter players who were considered the best in the game. That's not Luka Doncic. That's not Jason Tatum. That's none of these perimeter guys. I have yet to see one in the last 3 or 4 years.
Jason Tatum is back-to-back. We're talking about first team All NBA. Like,
is Jason Tatum the best player in the league?
He's one.
LeBron is
Luka. No. When LeBron was at Jesus Christ. When Magic Johnson is at his apex, they said he's the best in the league. Larry Bird at his apex, best in the league. Michael Jordan at his apex, best in the league.
Guys aren't at their apex at their kids.
Bro, they're not. Year number 2 and 3 of Michael Jordan, he was being compared to a god.
Hey, Fabian.
Michael Jordan played for Dean Smith for 3 years.
Jason Tatum, almost half the season, was the best player in the league, though.
He was MVP. He was
not.
But
yes,
Tatum's not the best player in the NBA, though.
No, he wasn't. He was not better than Joker or Giannis. What are we doing?
What do you mean? Giannis ain't. What do you mean? This man almost came back from 3-zip. What are you talking about? And if he didn't get hurt, they was going to the finals.
Why is he down 3-zip to the Miami Heat?
Fabian's saying he's not actually in the best player in the world conversations right now. We said Curry, Giannis, and Jokic are the best players in the world. We all agreed on that.
Right.
Okay,
Curry, get out of here.
You said Jokic was the best one, right?
Either way,
no conversation for the best player in the world right now.
Let's not get hung up on Curry then.
Depend on who you're talking to.
Jokic and Giannis, though, right? We all said one of those two was the best player in the world, right?
Tatum is in that conversation. I'm sorry.
Is absolutely in that.
Y'all bugging.
Now with Jokic to me. Maybe with Giannis. Now with Jokic. Not after what I just saw.
What do you mean after what you just? Hold on. Tatum was just down 3-zip, right?
And he was in the finals. He was in the finals the year before.
Right. They came back and won 3 straight. He literally got hurt in like a minute or two. And we all said
if they won that game, they would have gotten the ass kicked by Denver. To me.
The point
Boston?
is
they would have lost in 6 games, 7 games most. I'm going with Denver for sure. Denver, nobody was beating Denver last year to me.
Oh, it was Denver's year last year, but you said they get their ass kicked.
Right, my bad. 6 games.
Okay, but
okay.
Right, so
I just think Boston.
Let's finish that. Hold on, let's finish that point.
Miami almost got swept. Let's remember that they won 1 game in the finals.
Right, they would have done better than Miami for sure.
Yeah,
but finish the point of Tatum gets hurt in the first minute of Game 7 after being down 3-0 to the Miami. Please explain why this makes him the best player in the world.
Because for one, he was about to do something that has never been done. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Okay.
Against who?
What do you mean against who?
It don't matter. If you're down 3-0, you come back and win 4 in a row. Against your superstar, Jimmy Butler. Y'all superstars.
Okay.
I still think Tatum's top 5. I just think Jokic it's just, dude. What we saw was
hold on. So give me a top 5 right now, Dom.
We did that.
Jokic.
Giannis,
Giannis, Steph, and then I got Jimmy and Tatum.
Now let me ask y'all a question. How is Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry better than Tatum right now? When Tatum averages more than both of them, he does more on both ends of the floor. His team in the last 3-4 years has been the finals and Eastern Conference Finals. Steph Curry last year is not a better basketball player than Jason Tatum.
But my criteria was the last 2 seasons. My criteria the last 2 seasons, because if it's just one season, that's very situation based.
The last 2 seasons. Are you kidding?
If it's just last season, then Luka would be maybe like 9th or 10th on my list. Like it would change my answer. But I'm not just going to take one season.
But how do we go who's the best this season and we base it on the last 2 seasons? That don't even make no sense. That's you to make an argument for Steph Curry because he won a chip in 2 years.
You think it's that, but that's my criteria always. Because if we're just going off last season, then Kevin Durant wouldn't be second on your list, bro. Like, let's be fucking real. Like, if it was on just last season, Kevin Durant may not even be in the top 8.
Why not?
He's not.
Well, no.
He was great before he got hurt in Brooklyn, and when he came back, he was good. But you know what? You may be right. You might be right. KD could be there, but LeBron, you said LeBron was your second best player in the NBA. If we're basing it just on last season, he is not in the top 5. He's got no argument.
He averaged 30. He got to the conference finals.
Now
how was that?
He wasn't even the best player on his own team in the playoffs to me.
Nah, but
Anthony Davis was.
I started by saying the conversation by saying Tatum or Luka, none of these guys are considered the best in the never. Nobody there's nothing unanimous about it. Nobody's ever said Tatum is the best player in the league. Like, I agree. And when you compare them to the Jordans and the Birds of the world, these guys were beating out the big men in their league at their time and considered the best, and they were taking the team to a different level.
Jordan. That's ridiculous.
I'm saying they should
I'm
be
not
compared
never comparing
to me.
them.
That's not right.
I'm not. See, my thing is, I'm just comparing them to themselves. Right. I'm never going to compare none of them guys to Jordan, none of that. But like I said, the Kyrie Luka thing, I think people want Luka. Like I said, Luka great. Would I want him on my Knicks? Hell yeah. I'm not going to say he's not great, but people want, not saying us, but the narrative, they want Luka to be out of this world. And for me, you have an Embiid, that's an MVP. You have Giannis, you have Joker, You have guys like Steph Curry. You have guys like Kevin Durant. You still have guys like LeBron James. You have guys like Tatum. So what I'm saying is, it's arguable that he can't even be top 5.
I don't have him on top 5 this because of last season. I knocked him.
Oh my God! I'm about to get off this live, y'all. All this we talked about.
No, because no, don't switch.
That's how good Luka is.
Because because you have Kyrie above this apparently.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Tatum, not Tatum.
That's the problem. We ain't talking about anything else. Where do you have Kyrie?
That's where this conversation really started with Luka or Kyrie, and it's evolved now into where it should be, which is Luka, Tatum. The conversation is where it's supposed to be now.
If Luka's not better than Tatum, Kyrie's better than Tatum.
I'm good with that right now. But
Kyrie's not better than Kyrie's not better than Tatum. He's better than Luka Doncic, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Do you think there's anyone
individually skill set? That's preference, right? But like we like to do, these players are polarizing and these players are franchise changing. So when you have 2 of them on the team at the same time, this shit should bode different results. I got them number 10. Nobody has them top 5, top 6. Nobody has 8. Them there.
Who's the 3rd best player on this team? Honest question.
Nobody knows.
Who cares?
They even lost the kid to the Lakers.
Who cares? Stop saying who cares. That's
Lively
valid,
now.
Bro.
Who cares?
Grant Williams.
Trey Jones.
Who you say, Flea?
I said Lively.
Wow, really?
Just because he's a rookie and he's a rim and he's gonna mess around at the rim.
ESPN,
they got a lob threat now.
ESPN said Grant Williams was in the top 100. So based on their list, he's 3rd. But man, if Grant Williams is your 3rd best player, that's not a very good team, bro. I don't care if your 2 best players.
Listen, fellas, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta get out of here, right? But hold on, can I just say this, Flea? We say how little Trae Young is. We say how much on defense he's a liability, but he gets them where he got to get them to. I don't want to hear no excuses for the
West
6.
Is better.
I don't want to hear no excuses for the 6'7", 240.
The
can
West
see over the defense, can throw hella passes, can step back from the half court, 1-legged 3-point shots. It should be no excuse.
You see how De'Aaron Fox
better than me though.
You see how De'Aaron Fox just made the playoffs this past season? If Trae Young was in the Western Conference, he would probably be in the same boat. He might not even have seen the playoffs yet.
I don't know.
You think Trae Young is as good as De'Aaron Fox?
I do.
No. That's not what I said. See, this is what I'm saying. You see, this is what you niggas do. You're not listening, and then you spin it. I said, like how De'Aaron Fox took time to get to the playoffs, because he plays in a tough conference for a franchise that ain't been there in a while. If Trae Young was in the Western Conference for whatever 15 teams in the Western Conference, he would struggle making the playoffs as the best player on whatever team out there.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree.
Put him on what team? Tell me what team.
Any team. Put him on any team in the West. What are you talking about? Hold on. The first eight teams on the West, you substitute their point guard and put them there, they're making the playoffs.
Flip. Okay, so let's do it right real quick. Just this right here. Luka and Trae got traded for each other on draft night. The trade doesn't happen, and Trae is in Dallas.
Right.
Is Dallas ever a playoff team in this last 5 years?
Yes.
No, they wouldn't. The first 4 years, there's no chance they make it.
Zero. No chance.
But maybe with Brunson.
Right.
They wouldn't even have somebody averaging 9 rebounds a game in 2 years ago. They would be. Yeah, come on now.
Are Trae Young and Porzingis better than the Lillard McCollum Blazers? I don't know if they even are better than them. But hey,
that's what I'm saying. You put Trae Young in the Western Conference. That was my point, Fabian.
Hey, but
it would take him some time to get to the playoffs.
All balls. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he's not going to hit the ground running.
I laugh because everything that Luka is doing in the West, Trae Young does in the East. He doesn't have a great
better. Outside of 1 or 2 years, it's been better.
How? Everybody in the West is injured. What are you talking about?
This year the West and the East is not close again.
Hold on. Clippers ain't never healthy. Pelicans ain't never healthy.
Tell that to Luka though. Tell Luka that we weren't healthy. He has scars from Kawhi Leonard.
Memphis always got some bullshit going on. The Lakers, AD and them is never healthy. What are you talking about? So as tough as the West is, they are never healthy. Once again, my point. What Luka's doing in the West, Trae Young is doing in the East. We read the rosters for those Atlanta Hawks. Rosters is not all that.
East is not better.
He does not have like you got Tatum and Brown. He doesn't have nothing compared to that. Like you have Giannis and whether it's Middleton or Drew now, Dame. He never had that. Like Garland got Mitchell Donovan Mitchell. He's never had that.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Does Trae Young make the playoffs last year with that Dallas team? You trade him for Luka?
And it's Trae Young and Kyrie with that little crew?
Yes. Yeah.
He might.
No chance. Zero shot.
See, listen, y'all can do that.
Zero shot.
See, y'all can laugh and do that all y'all want. It doesn't make you right.
That math.
I feel what you're saying too. It don't make us right, but
you know what's the sad? Flea, you know what's the sad?
You're gonna lay your head on the pillow tonight and think about damn. Can Trae Young and Kyrie make a
play? But you know what's the sad part? Before I get out of here, because she cursing me out. You know what's the sad part? Right? The sad part is they got a guy there though that's 6'7", 6'8", 240. That's Baby Bird. That's compared to LeBron and them, and he didn't make the playoffs. But now y'all asking me to swap him for Trae Young. It just goes to show you how good Trae Young is. Because we wouldn't even be having that comparison.
No, we're only doing it because you are so low on Luka. And the last thing, you're so lucky. I don't like
you don't even have me. Y'all don't even have in the top 10.
Who?
The Dallas team?
Right.
I got them.
I got them 10.
Thank you. You got a 9. You gonna yell 9th and say that with confidence?
Stop, I got them 10. I
got them 13.
They're not a very good all-around team. But let me just say this: the all ball is so lucky that I don't fuck with stats. Because if I were and I was like on the LeBron fan kind of time, I would tell you that Luka just averaged more points this past season than Kyrie ever had in his entire career, and he gets you 10 assists, and he gets you more rebounds. The only thing Kyrie does better is have a better highlight tape.
0 playoff impairment.
30 GMs out of 30 would take Luka over Kyrie Irving. 30 GMs. If they took Kyrie over Luka right now, they get fired tomorrow.
And one of those GMs took Trae Young over. Y'all have a good night.
And he's doing work.
I hit y'all up tomorrow.
And Danny Ferry don't got a job right now. I'll see you later, too. I'll see you later, too.
Love y'all, man.
Let's get to the comment. Real quick. Who's the worst team in the West Coast? Worst team in the West Coast?
Oh, I got Houston.
Wow, really? I got Portland. I think Houston's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. I got my brothers.
Yo, like, holla at you.
Y'all staying on? Yeah, good.
Yeah, no, wait. Okay, so what's your guys' Flea? You said your 11th was Memphis. You also said your 11th was Memphis, right?
No, my 11th is the Spurs. I think the Spurs are gonna fight to get into the play-in.
I think you're a little high on them.
I got Memphis.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I got number 12. I got Houston. Although I was talking with Flea about this, I think Utah could be better than them. They have a better player than Houston has, and they have a little bit of continuity. But I'm intrigued by Houston. I think they got a very deep team, super athletic and fast, but they have a lot of inefficient guys like Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green. Jabari had some tough games last season, but they got a lot of athleticism and size. I think they're going to have everybody on this team has a point to prove. Ime as a coach is ready to prove a point that he's the man. Fred VanVleet just got paid so much fucking money. He needs to play well. Dylan Brooks, I mean, the way he got clowned this past playoffs was bad. He's got something to prove. I think having Dylan will add some toughness to that team. And then Jalen Green, man, like as Flea was talking about the other day, like he's got to show something, or else they might even consider going a different direction, because with Jabari Smith, Şengün, and now you have Amen Thompson, they got, and Tari Eason, they got some other young players. Maybe they got to move on from Jalen Green, but I'm giving Jalen Green the chance because he's their franchise player kind of deal right now to be good. And I got them 12th. I think it'll be must-see TV. I also love Şengün, even though he can't really protect the rim, but offensively he's sick.
Şengün is grossly better on defense, Don.
I heard he grew 2 inches this summer.
Watching them, so let me talk to you real quick. Watching them on Friday, right? They played their starters. They played their guys the entire game, right? They're ramping up now. They played their guys the entire game. The number 20, first let me start here. The number 20 pick in the draft, Cam Whitmore, is one of the big reasons they're going to move Jalen Green. He's he's a great young player, and he does a lot of winning stuff, right, on the basketball court. So with him, Amen Thompson, and with Jabari Smith, me personally, I think Jabari is going to ascend to being their best player. and it's going to almost put you in a position where you have to move Jalen Green. They got some y'all know how I talk. They got some adults over there now. So they got Van Vliet. They got Dylan Brooks. Like Dylan Brooks is a bug out, but he watching another night. He's sitting in a chair. He's defending. He's talking. He's doing everything that
they had none of that last year. Not one person on the team was doing that.
None of that, Dime. So they got that now, right? I'm walking behind the Houston Rockets bench, right? And as I'm walking, every 2 seconds, Jeff Green is standing up and he's barking from the bench. Jeff. Barking from the bench. Unc is older, but he's barking from the end of he's like in the last seat of the bench, and he's barking at these guys, and all of these guys are receptive. They coming back to the huddles, and the energy is high. Like, I like what I saw from Houston and how they approaching shit. Sengun, a way better rim protector than he was last year. Like you said, he grew 2 inches. Everything around the rim, he was contesting. He was getting block shots. I'm like, okay, if Ime can, create a certain culture over there, they're going to be better. I don't know, I'm not going to say playoff, but they'll be better.
Okay, so I got them 12. Fabian, you got Memphis 12, right?
I got 12 Memphis. Real quick about the Rockets. The first game versus the Lakers, Rockets versus Lakers, is November 8th. That's must-see TV for me.
I'll be there.
Why?
I will be there.
Are you kidding me? Dylan Brooks, Jeff Green, everything you guys just talked about. You guys
it's in Houston?
Made me.
It's in Houston, Don.
Okay.
You guys made me buy into this. Ime Udoka. Remember, Dylan Brooks is going to be like his Marcus Smart. Like that. That's just, I don't know if he's going to play a lot. I think Ime is smart enough to
He's going to start. What are you talking about?
Just because you start does not mean you're going to have to play these vital minutes. I think remember, he's going to have him there to be the antagonist. He's going to have him there to piss off LeBron. And again, like you guys said, man, if you're that high on Jabari, Flea, and then you have Jalen Green is out of there. Jalen Green thinks he's Zion for some reason, trying to mess with these little whores out here in the offseason. You ain't got the Zion effect on you, right? But they're young and they're fast. That is what the Lakers' flaw was when they had the fast players going against them. Because everyone kept talking. We had a lot of talks about Russell Westbrook the last week or whatever. Westbrook was the only one that kept up with all the young guys when he was there in LA on the Lakers. The Lakers are going to struggle with teams like this, like the Kings they did in years past. Once you go up, and OKC gave the Lakers problems. The Indiana Pacers gave the Lakers problems. All the young teams gave the Lakers problems. And if they do that and build their confidence, that's what you want. I had them 14th in the West. Jesus Christ, you guys got me convinced to put the Mavs at 14th and the Rockets at 13th. Get the Mavs out of here. I certainly don't believe the damn Mavs.
Kyrie Irving. Go ahead.
No, just
I was going to say Kyrie Irving can walk into the locker room.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love everything you guys said about the Rockets, man. The coaching and that culture is going to change. Fred VanVleet, he's a winner, bro. He won already. Yeah. Dylan Brooks say what they want. They number 2 seed in the West. That's not an accident.
2 years in a row. And Oregon, they made it to the Final Four. If they had Chris Boucher, I think they could have won the championship. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah, it's just a lot of winning attitude coming in the locker room. Like you said, Fred VanVleet, Jeff Green coming off winning his first championship, Ime Udoka coming from being in the finals, right? Coaching against Steve Kerr. You coaching against the best of the best. You're coaching against Golden State Warriors, right? So you've been in the throes and the trenches of this shit, right? So you bring Dylan Brooks over. Y'all just mentioned being on the top 2 seed back-to-back years. Just guys that, want to win games. I am super, super high on this Amen Thompson kid. He is for a rookie. I don't forget his ability on offense, Don. The kid really cares about defending. And that's why Ime keeps this kid on the floor. He played a lot against Miami the other night. And I'm like, why is he playing this kid so much? But he is taking on the responsibility of just defending. His offense is going to come because he's just immensely talented on that side. But like playing defense, he's invested already as a 19-year-old.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. I got Houston 12. I got Utah 13 just because I think they're still in tank mode. They're still going to try to go for
get somebody else. Go get Cooper Flag.
something like that. I still think they have so many picks for the next couple of years. The only thing with Utah is last year they were. What's so funny about that?
Baby, you took that a different way. Come on, man. You took that a different.
Nah.
You took that a different direction. Come on, man.
I didn't even notice.
Leave it alone.
Okay.
Well, we all late in the live. We're all late in the live. Come on, man. Utah going after Cooper Flag. What is you know?
I think no. Well, I agree with.
Look, they have Walker Kessler and Laurie Marketing already. Come on, man.
The starting lineup is not that bad, but Sexton and THT, they have what? Lowry Markkinen, John Collins at the 3. It's a big team, but like this is a big year for John Collins too. Like, show us what kind of NBA player you really are, because you clearly weren't a stretch 4. But are you a 3? Does he have enough mobility, like with the ball in his hands, to be a 3, or is he just gonna stay in the corner? Like, he's not a great 3-point shooter. It's that Will Hardy guy.
No, Will Hardy.
He's good. They were well coached.
Very, very good young coach.
Why? Hold on. Why do you say? Oh, right, he came off the Boston bench because what's the Danny Ainge connection? Right.
No, with E-Man. Yeah,
right.
He's
right.
Well,
that's the Danny Ainge connection. He got him out.
Right.
He might have the draft pick for him or something.
They have Clarkson. They have Clarkson. They still
getting traded.
Is he? I mean, the thing is, they might, because he's going to help them win games, and they're probably going to want to not win games. So I got them 13th. I think they got the biggest front court in the league. Like, John Collins, Walker, and Markkinen is huge, but I don't know. I don't trust their shot creation. Their guards don't really play D like that.
Sexton. Sexton like playing defense, but I don't know if he can. Like, I feel like he gives the energy that he likes to play defense, but like you said, like, there's one thing about giving the energy to and actually being able to. Yeah. That's
he tore his knee though a couple of years back when Garland.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
When Garland started hooping though, and everybody was like, maybe they don't need Sexton, and we knew he was gonna get traded.
Right.
Yeah. And then they traded him for Spider. Right.
But that's my thing, Flea. Going back to the Dennis Smith Jr. I know he's not a big name for the Nets. That pickup, Dennis Smith Jr. figured out a way to stay in the league. Colin Sexton doesn't play defense like that, and I had to look at some tape when I saw that he was like in the front, because that's why I was looking at the tape with what's the guy's name, Williams, on the front court for the Hornets. He just was named the starter.
Mark
Williams. Like, that's what they lost. They wanted.
You high on that kid. You like that kid.
Listen, in 17, shout out to Andy Raw. He put me on.
I was gonna say. I was thinking of that
because Mark Williams went to Duke. He a Duke guy.
Right, but he had him at I think per 100 possessions was averaging like 12 rebounds a game, which is just same as Sabonis, something like that. Yeah, so he went to college at Duke, and either way, Dennis Smith Jr. figured out a way to play in the league, and he was with Mark Williams last year, and Colin Sexton hasn't really shown that, in my opinion. Like, I haven't seen that effort on defense. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, because I don't watch too many Utah Jazz games either. So, but I have yet to see that. I used to watch Cleveland games, and I wasn't that impressed with him. What'd you say?
He said, "Consider yourself lucky because you don't watch Utah games." Dom is going to shoot at Utah any chance he get.
Any chance, but I got them 13. Who you guys got 13?
The Mavs.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, now it's the Rockets. Now I have the Mavs 14th.
Yeah, my bottom last couple teams in no specific order. I got San Antonio and Utah. I like San Antonio, Utah, and Houston being better than what we expect. But Portland and I can't call it right now.
Portland's my 15, but I think Portland from watch.
I got Portland at the bottom.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. For the total opposite reasons that you guys have convinced me that the Rockets are going to be competitive for a stretch. They're going to break a lot of you're going to see a lot of people maybe go broke with their FanDuel or parlays for the evening with the Rockets. Portland's a different conversation. Like, they don't. Who's going to really make them remain that competitive?
I don't see it. Starting lineup, but like after that, it's good on paper, right? Like Dennis Smith, Anthony Simons, Shadon Sharp, Jeremy Grant, who likely will get moved to a team that needs him. I would love the Clippers to get him instead of Harden. That'd be perfect for us. In January or February, and then Ayton, which if there's any one person that has a score to settle and a point to prove the season, it has to be Ayton. I mean, you wanted more touches, you wanted Phoenix to treat you like a rising star. Now you have the ability to shoot 20 shots a night if you want. Go do it.
You a number one pick, man.
Yeah, you're literally number one overall pick, and you're in a number one situation.
Show and prove, baby.
Simons will average like 24 points a game, to be honest.
He's gonna put the ball in the bucket. He's a bucket.
Yeah. Is Brogdon? I forgot that. Loki forgot. If Brogdon and the Time Lord play, this team's not that bad. They have a good 7-man rotation if those two play.
They're gonna trade Brogdon.
Yeah, they have to, right?
Yeah.
See, you know who could really use Brogdon maybe right now is Memphis, but then that would kind of step on D Rose's toes, probably.
Yeah.
But so probably not.
If we sat and thought about it right now, there's some teams that need a backup point guard, like
Brogdon. And who's your backup point guard? McBride.
Yeah, quickly and McBride. But Brogdon in Dallas is not awful.
I love how Dime shuffles hard into every team in the league.
It's facts. Dallas is not a bad idea.
Yeah, Brogdon in Dallas ain't bad.
Just Seth Curry would be exiled, but
right. But Seth Curry could be not reduced, but can be pushed to a shooter. Like you get him in the game just strictly to be a shooter.
How's Brogdon's defense again?
I think it's decent.
Hell of a defender. So he could spell both spots. He could spell Kyrie. He could spell Luka.
I got San Antonio 14th, Fabian. I just don't think their bench is good enough, and I hope Wemby stays healthy. But I just think they're a couple of years away.
All ball got out of here before we start talking about Wemby. He did that.
I'm gonna be watching them a lot though, as all of us, I assume, are right.
Yes. Wait a minute. Now let's remember Larry Bird, the number one turnaround ever in history, along with Tim Duncan. Let's say right, Tim Duncan might have killed
Larry Bird.
Okay.
Man.
Right.
No, in terms of record, like that.
Right, but now we brought up when we said we can put. You saw how mad I got when we compared Luka to LeBron. Wemby physically is in. For me, I'm sorry, he is now in this conversation. That's how much I'm impressed with him. I was waiting to see what he can do with NBA talent. He looks just. There's no way nobody can say he's not legit. He looks crazy. He looks like a video game.
He looks legit.
He looks
legit. The Spurs won. The Spurs won 22 games last year. How many more games how many wins does this guy mean? Along with Sohan and Vassell, because remember, Pop wasn't playing. They were tanking.
Yeah,
they were tanking in
35, 37 games.
I think they're going to improve. I think they're going to improve by about 10 to 12 games, which is an awesome improvement. But it's still the West is way too tough. Like what All Ball was saying about the West is all injured. He's right about that. But okay, KD's out. You just have to play against Booker and Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? That's not. The West this year is better, bro. 2021. No walk in the park. 2021, I agree. The East, you could say, was even that year. 2022, you could even argue the East might have been a little better that year. Last year, I think it was about an even draw. And then this year, clearly the West is back on top. Let's be honest here. Clearly.
Yeah, a great point. Phoenix plays E. Tim Duncan had David Robinson, and Larry Bird did not have that. We went over the fact that he had an old team.
I mean, that's twofold though, because the only reason Tim Duncan even they had the ability to get Tim was because David was hurt. David doesn't get hurt.
So wasn't
David doesn't get hurt. San Antonio doesn't even
draft him.
That.
No, but to his point, this Keldon Johnson and Vassell move the needle. I think Vassell moves the needle way more. Keldon Johnson might be better than RJ Barrett. That's why the only reason why I started following him. But they're kind of similar on a similar tier.
Well, stop shooting at RJ, man. Keldon Johnson is a good ball. Keldon Johnson's a really good ball player. That don't mean he got to be better than RJ. Why you?
The problem, the reason why I bring him up is because Keldon Johnson, Darius Garland, RJ Barrett, John Morant, Zion. That's the same draft. So I look
2019.
At Tyler Hero, Keldon Johnson, RJ Barrett. And Darius Garland went above them. And Keldon Johnson, RJ Barrett, and Tyler Hero. They are in the same. Jordan Poole's in that draft too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
they're in the same. They got to prove themselves. They're inconsistent. That's why I bring up Keldon Johnson like that. And I shot at RJ Barrett.
Keldon Johnson was the best player on his team last year. Keldon Johnson's the best player on your team. You're not really going anywhere. So now he gets to be slotted into a role where he's the second option. Should be good for him.
I like.
He
was only the best player because Vassell and Sohan didn't play. And remember they lost the kid.
Jeremy played. His offense is. I mean, I love his energy, but he can't shoot the ball yet. That's the only problem with Jeremy.
No, but they got it. They just have characters and.
Vassell.
Why do we start talking about them? Because Wemby's the guy. Nah, Pop was point shaving that team. Bob Hill was the coach. Look at the roster, free agent. Pop got for Hill. It don't matter if Robinson was healthy or hurt.
Okay, but so then it's still though. The point is that they weren't as bad as they were. They basically tanked.
They tanked, and then they came back, and Robinson was fully healthy.
And healthy. Yeah,
he sat a year, and they
the Bird one. I think the Bird one is so. We just have to treat that as the exception. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of what makes Bird's greatness what it is. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's the holy grail of tournaments.
Fellas, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of here. Y'all get into the comments when y'all do.
All right, Flea.
All right.
Good show.
Yes.
Tomorrow, baby.
Yes, sir.
So this is my thing, Dom. Last year,